Apologies, listeners. Due to a technical glitch, we lost about the first half hour of the session recording this week. I'll do my best to catch up to where it starts and explain what you missed. Previously, in Dragon's Maw, the party explored the Ministry of Arcane Sciences library very thoroughly, while trying to solve Scarlet Shawl's food problem and figuring out where they stand with the Cult of Tiamat. They found secret documents, a slide whistle, and a guitar, amongst other things. Javolt learned some basic nutritional science, and the cult instantly formed a schism of opinions on what to do about Aurelia. Some wanted to let her be, some wanted to take her away. A third option presented itself, which was to find the cult's legendary traitor, the Burned Pony, and kill him, thus proving themselves paragons of the cult. They were led to the Radiator Swamp to the south, and passed by a basically pointless campground on the way. But Zenkarn's that-away power pointed them further on towards the Ministry of Image Intelligence office to the west. They found the complex, which was a gated, ornate building guarded by a high-tech security system, and they blew it away with a combination of weather control and bomb zombies. The cultist scouts waited at the edge, while the party planned to head inside. That's what happened in the previous session. Here's what you missed out of this session. The party got past the remaining turrets at the front entrance using another zombie and a bit of smoke and pyrotechnics from Firelight. As soon as they were inside, the PA system crackled to life and the Burned Pony demanded to know what they were doing there. They didn't look like cultist assassins, so he was a little unsure of whether they were there to kill him or what. The party convinced him to let them up to the second-floor office without a fight so they could all explain themselves. Because he was half dragon and half pony, and because they were now in Nidhogg's territory with a zombie curse, the Burned Pony was technically half dead. Formerly a pony by the name of Gramcracker, he was not the crazy traitor they'd been led to believe, but instead a prototype of a secret cult project to create dragon-pony hybrids. In the middle of this conversation, Firelight asks if the Cult of Tiamat leaders they met, like Father Time, know about this project.
Oh, most likely not.
Ah. Does most of the cult know about this?
I suppose that depends. It's been quite a while. I don't know if the project has advanced since I left or not.
Wait, so they're still doing this?
Well, I don't know if they had any intentions to stop. They certainly still want to find me.
Well, they did successfully kill you. Well, try to kill you. Yeah. Well, you're kind of dead.
As long as I'm still here and able to tell the tales of their secret plans, I'm still a threat.
Well, do tell.
I've just been telling you.
Well, I mean, like, more. What, I mean, so where are they doing this? How, where, why?
I wouldn't. From what I understood, they're taking the remains, the bones and whatever little remains of the dragons of old that are scattered throughout the maw, scattered by the blasts of radiation and balefire and necrotic power, and trying to fuse them with ponies to try and copy that sort of life information onto ponies.
Now that just sounds completely insane.
How much of the cult knows about this experiment? Not many, you said?
None but the highest ranking in the cult, I would imagine.
Do the highest ranking in the cult wear funny masks and not talk just out of interest?
Those would be their guard, yes. They're scouts, they're assassins. The reverends and fathers of the cults, they're nowhere near that rank. It's a very secret group.
I was really hoping that these guys wouldn't be bad. Their cult sounded interesting.
I know. She pats his shoulder consolingly.
It is
if
interesting.
There's one thing I know is if they've got a brochure, they're evil.
That's the other thing. Their printing press.
If there's one thing that the cult is good at, it's making something as outrageous as using dragons as a force for good. They're good at making that sound reasonable.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Is the feeling we should try and expose
should not.
this whole situation?
Oh yeah, definitely. But
Wait,
But what will that
To the
achieve?
cult?
Now we all have maps of the those wasteland maps, right?
Well, you've
Yeah.
still
One
got the
shed
map
copy.
that Thunder Spear sketched for you.
Right, of the Gold Rush and all that.
Yeah.
All right, Tempered Scale's going to look at that, and he's going to see that the Church of Tiamat is in this area. Anyone else up for taking Graham and introducing him to the followers?
Oh, they know about me.
Well,
that
They
just sounds like
they
it
just
won't
don't
go
know
over
the truth
too
of
well.
me.
Actually, we
And
have a dragon here.
I'm in no position to be moving much more anyway.
Wait, what do you
Really,
mean?
How do you
if
feel
we
about
him, he
calling
dies.
out your followers as hypocrites?
I'm a demon in their eyes. I don't think it would be very effective.
No, I was talking to Aurelia here. Aurelia.
Well-
I mean,
Aurelia says I could try, but like back at the library, it seems half of them wanted to kidnap me. I don't even know if they're really gonna listen to me.
There's no reasoning with cultists. I don't really think there is, anyway. It's like,
the trick is reasoning with them with their form of reason.
Yeah, great.
What form of
As
reason?
soon as you figure out what that reasoning is, Aurelia says, by all means let me know, because I still don't get it.
their
It's a
reasoning
pity
is that they think the dragons are some kind of key to power or something. Is that it? They think the dragons can be used for good, or they just
That
really
is-
want the power?
It would be
That's
neat
what
if we
the
knew what the
cult
prophecy
is.
was.
That is. Let me tell you something about this. The higher ups want to use the dragons for power, but the more common cultists, they actually do want to worship the dragons. So all we need to do is reveal the corruption of the higher ups, and the lower rungs will revolt.
Let me put it
Easier
like
said
this.
than done.
And
You
that is
tell,
why
you tell-
Aurelia will reveal it herself.
Javon, you want to listen for a second? Listen, when you have a group that's been fed one piece of information over and over again by people they trust that are their superiors, and some pissants come in and tell them, hey, y'all are wrong, what do you think they're going to respond with?
Well,
We're
what
not
if
telling them they're wrong. We're just telling them that their leaders are corrupt and not following the true path anymore.
With
Basically,
no-
you don't have
How
to tell
did
them
Head
that their
has a
religion is
point?
wrong.
Graham speaks
What
up
were they
and
going to-
says, whatever you say, the middle and high leadership of the cult will just spin it.
what if they hear
Okay.
dragon?
Okay,
They'll
It
spin
doesn't
that
They
matter
if they
already
have to.
they
think we
hear it
corrupted
from.
her.
it doesn't matter who they hear it from. What we need is proof. And his word
mass
isn't good enough.
communication.
Aurelia's word isn't good enough.
Mass
We need
communication as well.
what?
That's one of the cult's greatest strengths. You said it yourself, the printing press. They can communicate in mass amounts. We need a way to communicate in mass amounts. So Jacob sort of says, mass communication is the key to the cult's power. It must be the key to their defeat as well.
No, it doesn't matter how many people we tell. We just need the proof. We go into the church, we find whatever proof we can that they've been doing this, we show everybody. Voila.
But-
There is one other possibility. They may not listen to a dragon like Aurelia, but if we could convince one of the more powerful dragons, which I'm saying, this is a long shot, because they obviously really hate us, but maybe, just maybe, if we could, a higher dragon telling them that their leadership is doing stupid things is going to be a lot more effective than any printing press or thing we say.
Like Nidhogg?
Yeah, like Nidhogg.
Graham, are you in communication with Nidhogg at all? Can you talk to him?
No, I wouldn't say that. My part of my soul is bound to him, but I wouldn't say there's any more connection than that.
Boy. How would we convince this older dragon? Just give me a how.
Excellent question.
Lots of treasure or indentured servitude?
Nidhogg is odd. even among the elder dragons in this area.
Define odd.
What do you mean exactly?
To be honest, I can't tell more than just feelings, because that's the extent of my connection with.
So what are these feelings?
He's not as filled with rage as, say, Glaurung was, and, you know, when Glaurung fell, it felt like a great source of rage, and the maw disappeared. And just Nidhogg has been more calm. It's unusual for a dragon, because when the experiment was complete with me, all I felt was rage and greed and bloodlust. Nidhogg feels nothing like that.
That's actually quite interesting, because if you think about it, so you're saying that you're connected to Nidhogg via a sort of soul bind, right?
I would assume.
Well, that would mean
Magic is not very much my thing. I've learned some tech since I joined the cult, but not so much magic.
True.
Zenkar, are you thinking you could use...
No. If you're thinking about it, if he's got a soul bind because he was revived by Nidhogg, and then you make the assumption that every other dragon was effectively revived by Nidhogg, Nidhogg therefore has a soul connection and vice versa with every great dragon in the wastes.
I don't know if Nidhogg was the one who bound all the dragon souls. I think Nidhogg was revived by another one.
Zenkar,
Greater dragon?
Another one?
Well, that
Probably
would
the head
be-
honcho.
Oh yeah,
the
that would
one
make
who's
sense.
responsible for the gunsmith curse.
Well, that means everyone's soul binded to her, so... Anyway, sorry, Tempered Steel, you were saying.
could you use this connection between Graham and Nidhogg and do some freaky, cheeky magic thing to communicate with Nidhogg that way?
Freaky, cheeky.
I'm not sure. I would honestly have to do some sort of tests, see what magic is around, see what's happening on the inside, and then figure it out, but I could definitely try.
It's not like we could just pull up Nidhogg on some kind of monitor and have some call with him.
Well, if you could communicate that way, that would certainly be easier than trying to get into his spire.
Yes, Graham, do you mind if I try? I mean, I don't want to put anyone's hopes up because soul magic is ridiculously hard, but...
Why are you so keen on visiting all the dragons? Is it to collect their hordes?
No, actually, at this point, it's more of a kind of, not let every opponent die and maybe end some circle of hatred here.
At any
Also,
rate,
baby dragon Easter hunt.
At any rate, we need to visit Nidhogg, or maybe Vasuki, because we need to find out more about how to grow plants and stuff for Gold Rush. And they might know a bit.
And what do you ponies get out of it?
Information. Well, for me anyway.
A nice warm feeling inside.
Nice.
Well, we can
Gold Rush?
So he looks at Zenkarn and says, so you want to talk to Nidhogg so you can learn more about your trade, necromancy, is that it?
Well, yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons.
No, that's what you get out of all this.
Hey, I never said that I was anything but self-serving.
Well, you do look after me. She gives him a smile.
That's awesome. Yes, well, I guess I do that. I'll try at least.
He looks to Powderkeg and says, what about you? What do you get out of all this?
Well, dragons are certainly strong, and I have fairly good number of enemies in the wastes, and I'd prefer not to have more.
Or even possibly decrease the number.
Yeah,
And you just want
something like that.
Want to make a deal with Nidhogg?
Well, I deal with anyone that I can.
So it's out of self-preservation then?
More vengeance, I guess.
Vengeance for... You want to make peace with a dragon to satisfy vengeance?
He is an honest pony.
He's got a problem with raiders.
Hmm.
Well, lots of people have problems with raiders, but he just really hates them. Like
I'd like
really.
them all dead if I could.
That's his
Yeah.
motivation.
He looks. Graham looks back to one of the monitors on the desk, and then looks back to the party again. He seems to have just been checking. He looks to Javolt and says, "What's your stake in all this?"
Volt sort of gives him a distracted look and says, Oh, sorry, I was examining your robots.
I suppose that answers my question.
Oh, are you talking about the dragon thing? Yes. Their magic is a very, very problematic problem for science. Almost sacrilege, actually.
Pay no mind to Javolt. He's kind of the craziest of us. It's kind of hard to figure out what he actually wants, even when he says it.
Science. Flotsam nods matter-of-factly.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
But it's
Yeah.
hard to figure out what exactly science entails in a given moment.
Yes, science.
Graham looks to Flotsam and says, "And what about you, little Philly? You really want to go? You really want to go down this path, hunting down dragons?"
Well, at least I want to talk to Nidhogg and find out about getting plants to grow in Gold Rush.
And what do you get out of that?
Well, Gold Rush took us in. They're like a home for us, and, well, that's what ponies do. They protect their homes.
Not.
They do where I come from.
No, that's
She
generally
looks
a
slightly
thing.
self-conscious.
Not gonna lie, she's the best of us.
She is
Probably.
definitely gifted with that sort of childlike innocence, except for the fact that she wields bombs and blows shit up.
It's not childlike. I learned it from my family, and they're not children. Well, except my brother.
If you can trust, I mean, out of all of us, she's the one you can most safely trust.
Unless you want to kill me, because then I will probably kill you back. Just saying.
So,
And that's how we know that was raised right.
She looks very pleased.
You're slightly better ponies than the Ma usually gets.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Thank you.
I suppose I would be willing to let you try that bond thing to see if you can get to Nidhogg.
Sweet.
He checks the monitor again one more time and says, "But that might have to wait."
Aww.
Oh.
The scouts are coming into the building, aren't they?
No, the scouts seem to be staying where they are. He kind of shifts the terminal around. Says it's what's coming from the west that's worrying me.
Oh,
What
darn.
is it?
Raiders.
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
Why are they coming here?
That is a very, very good question. I thought they'd already picked this place dry. For some reason, they're coming here.
What are the odds they think we're here and they're coming to get us?
Well,
Nah, they couldn't know that.
as much as I
Well, I
hate,
said
as
that
much
out
as
there.
as much as I don't like to say that correlation implies causation,
Sorry.
it's there's at least a likelihood there.
Well,
How'd
how
they find
about
out
putting
that we
those
were here?
defenses back on?
Well, we
Yeah.
never turned off the turrets.
No, you didn't. I'll keep them at bay for a while.
So okay.
Let me
Are the
see that monitor for a second.
Are the raiders coming at the place from a direction that doesn't take them near the cultists?
So Powder's going to take a look at the monitor. I'm just going to roll 22 to perception to see what I notice about the raiders.
You notice that there's actually quite a large group of them. It's hard to tell with the sort of green monochromatic glow of the monitor, but there seem to be a bunch of very dark colored ponies, probably colored black in the colors of death, and others colored what was it? Colored orange in the
Red?
color green in the color of famine.
Green.
I thought
Or yeah.
no, famine is orange, right?
Oh yeah. Famine.
Pestilence is green.
Yeah, pestilence
Yeah.
is green.
Mm.
It's hard. Well, it's lighter, but it doesn't. It seems to be.
Famine and death, eh?
And there's a lot of them. The black one seems to be decked out in this sort of shamanistic gear that's very similar to what Zenkarn is wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how the death?
And the famine ponies actually seem to have quite a bit of a tech on them. It seems.
Oh.
Do we know?
Packs full of meds and what seem to be energy-based melee weapons.
Oh my gosh.
Power hammer?
Yes.
Just a quick
Ooh.
question. Do we know how the death gang treats the undead?
No, this would be your first encounter with anyone from the Death Gang.
Oh joy.
And we've only had minor encounters with famine. We've mostly dealt with pestilence.
I like pestilence.
War.
Oh yeah, there was war group at that pestilence thing too.
You do notice you do notice that there is. It's a little speck on the monitor because the camera can't zoom in that far, but they seem to be being led by a sprite bot.
A what?
Wait,
Really?
A flying bot in the
Oh, one of
form
those
par-
things?
form of a parasprite,
Huh.
colloquially known
Oh
as
wait,
sprite
a
bots.
robot that looks like a parasprite.
Yeah.
and they're so adorable, and I want one.
Okay, new pet.
Yeah, it's a tradition for us to leave one of our enemies alive per combat.
That's true.
Yep.
I call dibs on the sprite bullet.
Yeah.
Except for that one combat with Glaurung, because it was kind of
No.
hard to leave.
Oh, no, that
one
was
person
Aurelia.
alive.
Aurelia was
Yeah,
left alive.
technically you could consider Aurelia the thing we left alive from that fight.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Tradesman, you
what are
missed
we gonna do
everything.
about this large group approaching?
Run.
Obviously, we're going to throw the building at them.
There doesn't happen to be any kind of secret tunnels out of here, are there?
Secret tunnel.
This was a spy office, so it's possible.
We're not
This
we're
is
not
the
gonna
main
eat it.
building,
We're not gonna, Okay,
in my
how
time,
many- I mean,
in- if
roughly,
I can speak,
Sorry.
in my time here, I focused on getting the security working so that there was enough protection between me and anyone who wanted to hunt for me.
So,
I didn't have time to search for a secret exit.
Javul sort of raises an eyebrow and says, "Who here wants to go searching for a tunnel?"
Roughly speaking, about how many raiders are we looking at?
Looks like you're looking at about 11 or 12.
Oh, we can take that.
If we count on the defenses clearing out some of them, we might actually have a chance.
Javul
Oh.
sort of sighs
good
and says,
group.
"Are we just going to be killing raiders left and right?"
Well, look, I'm a little tired of running away, and I really, really want to get some bastards killed today, so,
You do
On-
realize
on,
that these
on
are...
on the monitor, you can see that the death ponies seem to be engaged in some sort of ritualistic motions.
Oh crap! Can I roll perception to see if I can figure out what it is?
Yes.
Or Arcana?
Awesome.
or
Actually, yeah. Would it be Arcana or perception?
Well, perception, because you can't really detect magic through a camera.
Or
Read.
can I?
No.
Dun dun dun.
No,
Aw.
no, you can't.
18.
18. Those look fairly similar to the rituals you employ when you're summoning your zombie mucks.
Oh, joy.
goddamn.
So we can probably expect like another dozen.
Javul sort of says, "All right, you, Firelight, you have fire powers. Set this building on fire."
What?
What?
No, we
What?
need this building.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
It will get rid of any zombies they send at us. Fire
And
destroys
also the
zombies.
building and all the robots and turrets and security I worked very hard to put up in here, says Graham.
Good point. Firelight.
Yeah.
Don't set fire to the building. Only set fire to the outside of the building.
Fire makes sense. I mean, he's wrong in the sense of setting the building on fire, but fire in itself makes sense, especially if we
Well-
can make some form of
You
projectile.
claim yourself to be some kind of genius of science, yet, God, that is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard.
Science isn't about being right. Science is about admitting when you're wrong.
Which
Well, you better
never
admit you're wrong
do.
right now, because you clearly are.
How far away
Okay.
are they?
They're a good distance away, and they don't seem to be moving towards the building just yet. They seem to be in preparation.
So I'd easily have time to get down to the front door, arcane lock it, and get back.
Oh yeah, you've probably got at a guess, 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Are any of them at an angle where you could see them from the place where you tore a hole in the side of the building? Where the tornado tore a hole in the side of the building. Could any of them be seen from that direction?
That is the direction that they're in.
Hey Aurelia, how would you feel about doing some target practice?
Afraid, very afraid.
Good
Oh,
answer.
you'll be fine.
Okay, alright, well,
You want me to try, like, shooting at them with my gun?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
We didn't expect you to stand on the walls and try and stab them.
Okay. I can try.
I have a better idea. Does anyone... We make flammable boulders, and we fling them at them.
I mean,
We don't have a catapult.
I'm not really accustomed to using guns, but doesn't seem that hard. Just Rudy Tooty point and shooty, right?
Javolt sort of rolls his eyes and says, we don't want to use guns on a group. We want to use...
Why not? They
Actually,
can't
we
shoot
want
back.
to use explosives. You would actually be very good at this, Powder Keg. How would you cause large fireballs?
Large fireballs. Well, for one, a good amount of napalm tends to keep the good fire going, especially
What we
because
have.
napalm can't be extinguished with water.
Well, we don't
Oh.
have it.
Wait,
No,
question,
we
do
do
they
not
have
have a
any
sizable
flyers?
supply of napalm.
Like, do they have any Pegasi at all in their groups?
It seems that they don't have any Pegasi in their group at the moment.
Do they have any form of long-ranged weaponry that we can see?
Not that you can see through the monitor, no.
Awesome. Aurelia flies over, drops C4 on them, flies back. Problem solved.
Javolt sort of says, she's not that good of a flyer yet. We all know
And-
this.
Good, it's
Also,
flying in a straight line.
And also the fact that they can still use magic to try and, shoot her out of the sky.
Yeah, there do seem
Unless you have
to
some
be
sort
quite
of
a few unicorns in
ability
the group.
spells, Encarn. Do you
Oh,
have...
well,
the-
I mean, fair enough.
Bloxham has
Well-
started to raise her hoof with a big smile on her face, but as soon as Firelight mentions that they can shoot down flyers, she just slowly lowers her hoof again.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can use Arcane Lock on the front door.
Javolt looks
You
at
should probably go do
Flotsam
that.
and then looks at the
Yeah, I
sky.
might go do that.
Javolt's going to compare Flotsam's color to the sky's color.
Anyway.
Two different things. Sky should be great.
Oh,
But yes, but if I can go and lock the door, I'll do that.
Arcane Lock, what exactly do you mean by that?
Necromantic Arcane Lock enchantment.
I do feel kind of bad about leaving the cult guys out there with the raiders.
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't.
Really? After everything
Yeah,
we
I-
just heard, you feel bad leaving them out there with the Raiders?
Well, they
They'll
might
probably do
follow
better
an
than we
orders.
will.
I mean, they might
I
just
don't
know as much
actually
as
know.
we do.
I'm not feeling too bad about them.
Well, they
Well, surely-
again,
Probably take care of themselves, especially if
Yeah.
what Graham's told us is true about who they are.
If they
Yeah, if
see
they've
you,
seen the
if they
Raiders.
see you leaving the building with me as an ally, then the whole cult will turn on you.
yeah, we're not going to do that.
But yeah, Arcane Lock door if I can.
5 seconds. Yeah, you can apply that to the front door.
Now,
It-
how?
Cool.
Sorry.
You can the front doors are strengthened with an arcane lock, somewhat fortifying them and preventing them from being opened very easily.
Sweet. And the password
you-
shall be keg butt.
You
No,
realize,
it will not.
Is now.
the problem with locking the door, we blew a hole in the side of the building.
Javolt is
True, but it does stop them. True, but it does mean we
Javolt-
sort of funnel them now.
True.
so Javolt suddenly is any of the furniture around anything like wood or anything like that? What's the furniture made of?
Is there
Wood.
any furniture?
It's made of wood?
Yeah, there's some chairs and tables, whatnot, some desks.
Javolt starts gathering up the wood. And he's
I-
like, ah, ha ha ha.
What are you doing
Javolt,
with that
what are
wood,
you
Javolt?
doing?
Well, first, I intend to make the wood into sawdust. Then, I intend to get an air cannon.
How
I see the
about-
logic here, but how are you going to get an
Then-
air cannon?
Then, an air cannon and a flare, and also,
Yeah.
how the hell are you going to point it at them and also not have it fizzle?
Why not instead build a catapult and then use the catapult to launch flaming pieces of wood or explosives?
Hey,
Actually, why
hey, how-
not?
how big a hole in the wall? How big a hole is it in the wall?
Okay,
Oh.
Javolt's going to build a giant slingshot to launch.
With what?
Create
How the
crazy
hell are you going to
contraption.
make these stupid things?
Create crazy contraption,
Um,
I assume, or fabricate.
Yeah, I don't
It's
have
gonna be used for
create
combat,
crazy
though.
contraption. I don't have
Fabricate
crazy
can be.
combat.
contraption.
No,
So-
you can build a catapult with fabricate. It's actually, I'm pretty sure it was one of the examples at one point.
Build a what?
A
Catapult.
Really?
Yeah,
Ah,
and I'll go look it up. I'm absolutely sure that you can. It was at one
You're
point
not
one of the examples.
supposed to.
Hey, no, they put in the examples. It can be done.
well, yeah, but the wood needs to actually be the ammunition,
Oh.
not the
Or
the
we
wood
can-
has, because we want something on fire to hit the guys, so
or
that
we
any
can-
zombies in the area also get set on fire.
or we can launch
Or we
Oh,
can
we could
sit back.
launch. We could launch
Or-
firelight at them.
Guys,
Or
Graham,
we could.
Graham
or-
pipes up and says,
Listen.
I have turrets and robots in here.
Yeah.
We can hold them up
Yeah,
for
we
a
could
while."
legitimately just sit in the room and do nothing and watch them kill themselves, which frankly amuses me.
Do your turrets shoot fire?
no,
No,
but
but
we
they
just
don't
saw
shoot
them
fire
vaporize a bunch of.
effective.
We
You,
just
can,
saw
you
them
cannot
vaporize.
you cannot invent a whole supply of incendiary rounds in 5 minutes. It's just not going to happen.
Javolt smiles broadly.
No.
Not to freaking restock every single turret in the entire building in that amount of time.
Javolt smiles even more broadly.
I'm not speaking in character, goddammit.
Yeah.
Weaver, please don't break the DM. He's the only one we have.
Okay.
Uh,
So Javolt says, well, alright, that idea is a bit too expensive for our current resources. Write that down for later use, though.
Graham
Okay.
just says, I'll get right
Um,
on that. Sure.
So can I place some mines or more claimers by the hole in the wall, positioned such that they wouldn't be noticeable from the outside?
Oh, certainly, yeah. That wouldn't take much effort at all. You would have to take care not to get noticed by the raiders as they observe and start to plan out their approach.
So I would need to roll stealth.
Yes.
I have 10 in
So,
stealth. I think I can do it.
Yay! I won't be going with you.
I rolled a
think so.
1. I don't think I can do it.
Oh God!
As you try and mine the hole along the first floor west wall, you you make an offensive gesture towards the raiders and they notice it.
Javolt says, you're on your own.
You're not in the same room as him.
man, I think
Now,
I
did
just
Did they
see
notice?
Powder
Did they
just
notice me
laying
placing
down
the mines, or did they just notice me making an offensive gesture?
You had one of the mines in your other hoof as you made the offensive gesture.
How do you make an
damn it.
offensive gesture with hose?
See, I sort of just
I'll leave
assumed
that
he
to your
just turned
imagination.
around and flicked his tail up.
Okay, no.
Now is the whole,
Mhm.
you said we had 10 minutes that they were gonna.
Yeah, now you've got 0 minutes.
Yeah, they're pretty much.
The raiders are starting to, the raiders and a sizable now zombie army are now starting to make their approach.
Okay,
This
Powder's
beautiful-
just gonna lay down some more mines behind other objects that aren't near the wall, but just behind things that are hard to notice as he runs back.
Javolt's going to start breaking apart wood things and walks up to Aurelia and Firelight and says, "Torches. We will throw them at the army."
Aurelia is taking her place along a hole along the second floor, trying to find some cover.
Or not.
Sit back.
As seemed to be the plan, and then she says,
I
"I've got
don't
a
know.
laser rifle. What do you need torches for?"
Laser rifles don't kill zombies.
How
Yeah,
far
I'm
away?
pretty sure they do.
How
we
far
we
away
literally
can
watched a laser. Well, actually, we did. Weaver wasn't there, but yeah, we had a laser robot that like disintegrated one of them.
Oh, you
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, energy weapons, baby.
How
We kind
far
of killed
away?
the robot.
Ooh, yeah.
Javolt looks at his electro cape and says,
No,
Okay. How far away can I use the ignite ability for combat?
Oh, ignite for combat.
Or at least use my fire magic for combat.
You need to be across, basically in the same room as your target.
Ah. Darn.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I at least, well, can I still use my, use Arcana instead of the actual combat skill to try and see, how many of the zombies I can burn?
Ooh, yeah, you can do that.
Okay then.
Oh,
I'll
right,
go
we
with
can use
those.
Arcana to destroy shit.
Well, it'll have to be sufficiently high, but you can make the attempt.
Well, hey, it'll do something.
Yeah.
I'll go with Aurelia to try that.
So you go up to where Aurelia's kind of stationed herself in her sniper position.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for joining me, I guess. What are you gonna do?
Set him on fire.
Ooh, I want to watch. And once you do that, and then I'll start trying to shoot him, I guess.
Sounds good. I like this plan already.
Man, I didn't think you'd be a pyromaniac, but I like it. You're like the coolest doctor ever.
Thank you. I actually kind of like that. Now, the zombies are okay to, set on fire, but, well, it's complicated. Anyway, run with the fire.
Yes. 17.
Not quite high enough, huh?
If you wait until they're just about to enter through the hole in the wall, you can ignite the very first zombie.
Okay.
So the first zombies burst into flames. The other zombies don't really seem to care, and they just keep moving forward, even catching a little bit of fire themselves. And they start walking through and start getting blown up by the mines that Powder Keg placed there. And some of the famine and death ponies at the back of the group that are kind of waiting for the zombies to kind of power through, they notice that you're up there. They notice the direction that the ignition came from, and that's when Aurelia starts trying to shoot at them. She's gonna roll flat precision to see if she can get any of them. She rolls a total of 20, and she blasts one of the famine ponies directly with the laser rifle, not quite killing them, but doing some serious damage to them. She says, "Yes, got one!" And then one of the famine unicorns shoots back with what looks like to be a lightning blast that bounces off the stone walls, and she just ducks back the laser rifle. Whoops. Okay, I think we got them pissed off now.
You think?
I think, so I guess Powder is where would Powder be? Probably waiting in the room with the rest of people in the burning pony.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
Burned
think so.
pony.
Yeah.
Quick question. Can I prepare? Well, let me know when I can try and set something else on fire again, and also, I'll try and prepare the Spirotechnics, the blinding fireworks one,
Ooh.
for when they get closer to the turrets.
All right. Anybody else have things they want to do?
Well, I'm not really
Can
sure.
I try and
if there's anything
disenchanting?
Copperfield can do right at this moment.
Ready the grenades!
Lol. Can I try disenchanting any of the zombies that have gotten, closer to the building? Because I've either,
Disenchanting,
dodged.
you say? What do you mean?
Disenchant. Well, basically using necromancy to make them go boom.
You can try and mess with the necromantic field that animates them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Could you use your magic to turn the zombies back on their masters?
Nope.
Oh.
I asked, out of character, I have asked Spud about that, but no necromantic mind control. Okay, Arcana to make zombies go pop. 37.
37.
Damn.
Just short of a nat 20.
I'm
Well, when we
disappointed.
had that discussion about necromantic mind control, I was kind of assuming in the context of, like, a soul brought back to life, or something like that.
Oh, fair enough.
Like an actual, a corpse that was reanimated that actually, like, had, its own soul and mind and intelligence.
So no
But-
necromantic mind control on, like, true reanimation victims or anything.
Yes, but on just plain old zombies, just basically animated corpses, and with a total roll of 37, I think you can get them to change sides.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah!
thanks, Bud.
Awesome.
Best
And
Whoa.
DM ever.
you
The tables have turned.
You perform your own necromantic ritual and cast it upon one of the zombies, which very slowly starts to turn around back towards its former masters, who are the Death Ponies in particular are very, very confused about this because you get the idea that they aren't used to having someone fight necromancy with necromancy. And
Fight fire with fire.
as the zombies stalks towards them, they just kind of move slowly back further and further, because until finally one of the famine ponies snaps and just attacks it. At which point, both Aurelia and Firelight have another chance to do their thing.
Oh boy.
Aurelia takes another shot, and she manages to blast one of the death ponies with her laser rifle.
Ring of fire.
The notes is Ring of Fire on that. What do you mean by that? What are you trying to do with your Arcana?
Just more set things on fire. I did the Ring of Fire's Johnny Cash.
Oh.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
All right. Do you want to target the zombie that's walking towards the group on your side, or one of the zombies heading inside still?
One of the zombies heading inside.
All right. You set another one to burning. The first zombie you burned has now collapsed in a heap of ashes, and a second one now ignites entirely.
I like killing zombies and stuff. All the fire and none of the guilt.
That's why zombies are so popular.
That is now a t-shirt quote.
Killing zombies, all of the fun, none of the guilt.
All right.
How many zombies are getting through the hole?
Yeah, some of the group has now gotten through the hole. They've set off like a whole bunch of the mines that were in basically the conference room that the hole exposed, and they've made it down to the first floor hall.
Javolt looks at Tempered Steel. Javolt looks at Tempered Steel and says, "Are you going to use your lightning hammer on this crowd of zombies or not?"
Hold on a second. Let me have some fun here. Can I Can I go bowling for zombies with my grenades? Can
only if Flotsam joins you, make it co-op.
Yes.
Sure.
Sorry, that was a
can we
bit
roll
loud.
mechanics for that?
Yes, you can.
All right.
Oh, Spud.
Yes.
Can I
So
use
that's
my
going to be
freaking
a
knowledge?
34.
Can I use my freaking knowledge explosives?
Oh well, yeah, sure.
Yay!
Now make sure you get a strike.
Nat 20, nat
Oh
20,
wait,
nat
what
20.
do I have freaky knowledge to? Oh, hey, let's see. What was my freaky knowledge? I know I have. Oh, explosives. Do I get to use my freaky knowledge on that too?
Sure, because I'm letting Flotsam do it. So 33 total with Flotsam and 39 total with Powder Keg.
Oh, also, my other freaky knowledge is disarming traps. Okay, that's not useful here.
Okay.
Anyway.
So as one, you both each roll a grenade, down to the first floor and into the slowly approaching group of zombies. Both frag grenades explode at the same time, and just tear into the whole group of zombies. Some of them fall, some of them just kind of stagger and keep advancing, but you deal a serious amount of damage, and very precisely too. You landed it pretty much right in the middle of them.
Now, is it just zombie minions that have come through at this point?
Yeah, at this point the burning zombie outside that Zenkarn turned against them has been cut down, and the raiders are still kind of being distracted by Aurelia and Firelight, so they haven't come in yet, so it's just the zombies right now.
Ooh, can I try mind controlling another one? If there's one around.
Actually, Javolt's been looking for tunnels, so he's looking for tunnels that would go under the location of the raiders right now.
What skill are you using for that?
I'm going to... My perception and streetwise are exactly the same.
Well, perception.
Maybe history?
Sure.
Alright. Let me just set up that roll. I got a 21.
A 21 history.
We're looking for tunnels.
Doop-de-doop-de-doo. If you search around the building and towards the east wing, and on the bottom floor you find a room called the Re-Education Center.
Oh, sure.
And you suspect that if there's going to be any sort of place that might have a secret tunnel in these kinds of buildings, that room might be your best shot.
Right, so he starts tearing off the tiles.
Alright. While you do that, Aurelia and Firelight have another chance to attack.
Alright.
Now, these aren't the kind of zombies that can infect people by biting them, are they?
You don't know that.
So, I really hope they're not that kind.
They really, I don't think necromantic ritual zombies and become a zombie by bite zombies usually mix.
Maybe. Maybe not. I'll have to find out.
Now, if we do die, however, there is Nidhogg's whole thing.
So both Aurelia and Firelight rolled 19. They both did extremely well. Firelight ignites one of the zombies and it instantly turns to ash. And Aurelia scores a headshot on one of the famine ponies.
Oh.
Who actually, when the energy courses through his body, actually melts down and creates this kind of explosion of energy.
Oh, so Aurelia got that perk.
and all the the raiders are scattered for a moment. There's
Nice.
the Geiger counters in the area kind of click for a couple seconds.
I'll turn to Aurelia. Since when did you get so good at this?
I don't know.
Don't question it.
You're not.
Try
you're
not
right.
to just try to be careful with it.
Yeah. I that was wow. I like guns.
It was very
now.
awesome, though. Yeah.
I like guns. I like energy guns. I don't think regular guns are that great, but
Aurelia's still best dragon.
Was there ever any doubt?
Shotguns are fun too.
all right. So at this point, there is a handful of zombies left, and quite a few of the raiders have been sort of distracted and injured and killed.
Another chance to go bowling for zombies?
Well, actually, the zombies start trying to come up the stairs towards you, and they set off the claymores along the stairs. So
Flotsam is just watching in glee, her eyes wide and just clapping her hooves together and giggling to herself manically.
Now this is my idea of a fireworks show.
Best family bonding ever!
And then we remember there is something wrong with all of us.
Are you kidding? This is great practice.
Alright. And,
Shh,
And
Dally,
then-
we haven't yet done the super secret powder and flotsam are actually related thing yet. You might spoil it.
As far as
Spoilers.
Flotsam is concerned, you're all her adopted big brothers now.
Oh god.
Big brothers.
Oh,
Powder
yay,
Cake's
another
at
one.
least a drunk uncle.
Powder Cake is basically the drunk uncle.
Yeah, Powder Cake's the drunk uncle. Javolt's the creepy uncle. I'm not sure what Cuteless would be.
Tempered Steel's the estranged uncle, who's trying to be diplomatic and all kind of succeeding and not, but still kind of standoffish.
I'm the
Zen-
overworked
Zen-
babysitter.
Zenkarn is the uncle that's just a little too friendly.
He's the quote unquote
Yeah,
fun.
Nope.
he's the quote unquote fun uncle.
The fun uncle with zombies.
Oh, what am I?
You're the regular responsible uncle who's actually kind of cool.
Oh, well, yeah, I can understand that.
You're the one who actually goes out and gets groceries and stuff.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I do all the work.
And
here.
Aurelia's the teenage sister.
All right. Enough jokes about families for now.
Any zombies left?
The zombies have just about all been taken care of. Another grenade, another bowling for zombies from Powder Cake and Flotsam should take care of them.
Oh.
Powder Cake rolls immediately.
Oh, right, sorry.
A little eager there, huh?
28.
Plus your 5 for freaking knowledge.
Yes, 33. Sorry. I forget to account.
And 31 from Flotsam. Another pair of grenades down to the first floor, and by the way, the first floor hall is now looking very much like a bombed out ruin at this point. There are gaps in the walls and whatnot. Now a couple
Just
of
how I like my buildings.
just
Full
a
of holes.
couple of explosions later, and there's just now a pile of ash and broken limbs and zombified corpses down in the first floor that are no longer moving.
This is the best place ever.
However,
I hope we-
from Aurelia and Firely's perspective, you see the raiders kind of regroup, look around very warily, and then start to make a retreat.
They get rid of all their zombies and stuff, and then they just run.
So I'm sure the
and
big
then-
event is still to come.
And then back in
We basically
the
won then, right?
back in the room.
That was
with,
only the Mux.
Where
Yeah.
are you guys right now, each of you?
Good
Aurel-
question.
Hey, what
Aurelia
happened
and
to the
Firelight.
iPod?
Aurelia and Firelight, you guys are in second floor west wing, right?
Yeah, the hole in the room.
Flotsam and Powder Keg are in the second floor hall.
Mhm.
Javolt is down this first floor east wing looking for a secret tunnel, which after peeling off floor tiles for a good long while, you do manage to find what looks like a trap door.
All right.
Tempered Steel, where are you in all this?
I think he was
Okay.
kind of standing not far away from. Well, I mean, Aurelia and Firelight, they were overlooking where the zombies were coming in, right?
Yeah, and where the raiders were kind of stationed until they started running away.
Yeah, I think Tempered Steel was standing near them,
Okay.
ready to move in if he needed to.
All of you hear some strange whirring sounds throughout the entire building, and then from the direction of the main office on the second floor, you hear some plasma bursts and some sounds of struggle.
Oh, darn.
Yo.
What?
Yeah, I'll just head directly to that room from wherever the hell I am.
Ditto.
Powder, what the heck was that?
Wait, what happened?
You hear
Sorry.
the sounds of energy blasts and struggling.
Yeah, Tempered Steel's gonna rush that direction too.
I think we're
running
all
in that
pretty much-
direction.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Alright, so you all head in that direction, and you burst through the doors of the main office, and you find that the two robots, and it looks like a couple more that have joined them, they're all stationed around Graham, who is on the floor with some fresh wounds on his body, not moving. And then when you enter the room, they all turn to you and go and get ready to attack. And want you all to roll for initiative.
Woohoo!
Wait, am I even there?
I would assume if you came running.
I don't know if Javult would come. I don't know.
Well, if you
Come
if you-
anyway,
if
just
you-
for the
if-
fight.
If you don't, then I'll assume that you're not in this fight right now.
All right, Javult came, and he looked at the robots, and he said, "Man," and he's there.
I got a 6. Oh no,
-1. That is a skill.
What?
what?
He gets -3 to initiative and rolled a 2.
Somebody's going last. Wait, why
You're
does
so out
why
of
does
this
Firelight
fight
get
that you're not
plus
even
10
there.
to his initiative?
Because I accidentally didn't get rid of the plus 10.
Oh, so
because
you have
of
10
Arcana.
initiative. I have 19.
Yeah, I have 10
I'm going
initiative.
first. Yay!
Wow.
This is make initiative difficult for Spud Day.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Do you want me to re-roll?
No, I just mean
Wow.
we've had 2 people misroll. It's funny.
I
It's just
didn't
a 10,
even
so
think it would go below 0.
that's what happens when you apply a negative modifier.
Wow.
That's awesome. I did not know we could do that.
I'm gonna have to figure this out.
I don't just go last. I go worse than last.
I don't think you're. The only way
When
you
it
could
comes
go
to
more
initiative,
last.
the worst
is
thing
just-
that can happen is going last. There's no rules for you rolled negative so you don't get a move on the first round. That would just be hell.
Oh,
Well, I
yeah.
wasn't speaking in terms of I don't do something. I was speaking in terms of how poorly I rolled.
Yeah.
So poorly. It's hilarious.
Also, dibs on the corpse if he's dead.
Oh God.
Have a heart. Wait, he can't possibly be dead unless
Of course
they
he
found him.
can.
He's already been
if
dead
they
once.
If he bypassed the curse somehow, oh.
Well, it depends on if the curse picks you up a second time, which it
Hmm.
may not.
We won't know.
Or if
That's why I
the
said,
part of
if
him
he's
that wasn't
dead-
completely dead is now dead, he might just be completely undead and just a mindless zombie kind of thing if he gets back up. So,
In which case, I'm making him my pet.
In which case,
I
You
thought you
have-
wanted the
Oh,
Yeah,
sprite
actually,
no
no,
bomb.
I can't
sense of
because he has a
respect.
soul. I have respect. I'm completely nice at the funeral. I even buried people, but if I find a corpse and it's, useful, I'm gonna make use out of it.
Okay.
Practicality before the other thing.
okay.
Exactly.
My question is, why did the robots all of a sudden start shooting everyone?
Yeah.
Because he
that's
did
died.
anybody
gonna-
know that? Does anybody remember the little thing about the iBot and how it was never mentioned? Did anybody also know that iBots have hacking tools?
Oh my god.
Yes,
Right.
and also the fact that he mentioned that if anything happened to him, the robots would just go nuts and start attacking people. So it'll
Oh, we doomed.
be interesting to see what happens.
Is there anything else we notice about the room besides the robots?
You notice that the terminal the terminal feed that Graham was watching seems to have stopped. The feed seems to have stopped right now.
Good.
Wait, that's bad.
Yes, I was
Alright.
being sarcastic.
So
Lies.
I have an initiative order for y'all.
Woo!
All right.
Yay.
There are two bots that seem to have these sort of glowing swords going on, and two bots that are armed with energy weapons. And that's what you're up
Neat.
against.
Awesome.
The sort of
Alright.
the Fallout style brain case, robots.
Okay. So it's
So,
my turn
Powder
first.
Keg,
So
Powder
I
Keg starts
guess
this thing.
I 1d6 to one of the sword bots and both of the laser bots.
So did I miss
And that's
anything
a 5.
important while I was gone?
Nope.
Not in the slightest.
So
Okay.
5 to the first sword bot in the initiative order and the 2 energy gun bots.
Alright, they each take 5 damage. Alright. So if that's your turn, then the first blade robot just kind of rolls up to Javolt, actually, and swings its blade at him, dealing decent amount of damage.
Which would be...
Sorry, what amount of damage?
A decent
Or not?
amount.
7 damage to Javolt.
Alright.
Remember, guys, if we die here, it's okay. We'll just come back to life.
He's not
That's
gonna kill us
that's
if
that's a
he-
scenario I want to play out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but we
I
won't
volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
Don't.
Don't you dare.
You realize you would be trapped in this segment of the map, right?
No, shut up. It was a meme and it
And
needed
also
to be
probably a slave to Nidhogg.
All right,
It's fine.
Javolt, it is your turn.
Alrighty then, let me see what I've got going here. Alright,
So
I
I
have...
would say of all the
Yes.
times to get a total party kill, this would not be the worst. That's just
I will admit that much.
Okay, Javolt, first of all, he's going to use a minor utility. It's a reflavored hideaway, which means that he can't affect anyone around him, but no one can affect him either.
So Javolt is incorporeal right now.
No, it's called Electrified Cape, so
So
He's-
Javolt is just not going to touch anyone or bother being touched.
he's in an electrical tent right now. And then he activates Javoltage, which is 5 energy, but he also has to take...
Oh right,
That's the edge
it's
damage.
your charge up thing. Oh my.
So yeah, so that's 5d8, and so let me see, 5d8.
Dear God,
What did I?
Wow.
you rolled a 27 to damage yourself.
Whee!
And
Thankfully, I'm tough, so I had 40 points total entering
All the
this.
same, that's gonna hurt tomorrow.
on
So
top of
what's
the 7 you'd already
33 minus
taken,
27?
Okay, how much health does he have
13.
left?
at this
30.
point he's got 6.
Wow.
Oh joy!
He's down to 6 HP. He is instantly bloodied.
Well done,
Well,
Javolt.
I
But
know
he's
what I'm
well
doing
done.
on my turn.
but he's in a state right now where he can't affect any other creature in battle, and no other creature can affect him.
Which means, can I heal him?
No.
Yeah,
Ah, okay. Well, I don't. Well, then that's not what I'm doing on my turn.
no. Firelight, you're up.
Wow. Wow.
Well then, okay. Well, I can't really heal the person that needs it, so I'll use
Yes, one pony needs it.
I'll use Celestia's Light, so that everyone or all allies get 3 temporary hit points,
Except Javolt.
except for Joel and me, because I don't count as an ally.
Yeah.
And then, did it seem like Powder Keg's attack was lessened at all by their armor? Like, do they have resistance?
It seems they are a little bit armored, yeah.
Okay then.
Not a whole lot, but a little bit.
Okay. Then, Damn, I can't use.
It's very, very light armor plating.
Okay, well, I can't use armor piercing and offhand strike at the same time anyway. Well, I'll draw both of my swords, and I'll use offhand strike and burning slash to attack the sword bot that Powder Keg targeted.
Okay.
So that's 3 damage from the slash, and how much damage was it? That's right, 1d6 for the ongoing.
Oh wait, you gave it ongoing?
Yeah, Burning Slash is 1d10 damage to target creature, then roll 1d6. Target creature suffers ongoing damage equal to the roll result. But I'm also using the Dragon's Breath sword or Flesh Render, which increases ongoing damage the creature is suffering from by 2. So 3.
So it's ongoing 5 then.
Yeah, so it's ongoing 5 and 3 damage.
All right, and that's save ends.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Oh
pretty
my
awesome.
god, Codeman, I love you. This is going to be hilarious.
Oh, Zenkarn's got a combo. Oh boy. Well, just to preempt that, the energy gun bot that follows Firelight in the initiative order is going to start shooting its gun rapid fire at Zenkarn.
I should not have said that.
This is what you get for thinking out loud.
You have brought DM wrath upon thee. It is only your own fault.
It'll be fine.
It deals only about 10 damage to you.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, 10 damage to Zenkarn.
Okay.
And then it's kind of draws into itself and forms kind of defensive position.
Cool.
Alright, so Zenkarn, it's your turn.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll summon my Death Scythe for free as a free action.
Okay.
And then I will activate Death Stalks You, which I'll just post. So it means to the one that Codeman was attacking.
Mark of the Reaper save ends. While it's subjected to Mark of the Reaper, it suffers a vulnerability equal to the amount of ongoing damage it's taking. And whenever a creature takes damage, you gain that much life. Oh man. So when this effect ends, the Necroscythe vanishes. Okay. So now now that first sword bot now has vulnerability 5 on top of its ongoing 5.
Yep. Also, because of my persistent hex trait, it's taking a -3 penalty to saving throws against me. Against effects that I bestow on it.
So it's got ongoing 5 and Mark of the Reaper 5 save ends.
Sweet.
Okay.
Then I use Dual Wielder, Offhand Strike to allow me to perform another attack, and I will use Grievous Wound, Part B, so I can roll a d8, and if that creature is suffering ongoing damage, I can increase the ongoing damage by half the result.
Oh my god.
Well.
5, so 2.
2. So it's now going ongoing 7, Mark of the Reaper 7. Oh, great. That is pretty ridiculous.
That's all I can do.
Okay. So,
right.
The second energy bot is going to first blast at Tempered Steel for 6 damage, and then at Powder Keg for 14 damage.
Okay.
Holy shit.
And that damage.
Okay, so I have 26 life.
Yeah, and that damage to Tempered Steel is cut in half because he's got +3 passive resistance.
Oh, hey, wait, that's a single target attack. I get to roll a d12.
All right.
Let's see. I rolled a 12. It doesn't hit me. Thank you, Expert Defense.
Tempered Steel has resist 3 and you have Expert Defense?
Yes.
Okay.
And I rolled 12. Though, does that count as a... Let's see. Does that count as a single target attack?
It's target one, then target the other, so... Yes and no. I'll let you do it.
Alright. I dodge it.
All right. So
Like a
yes,
vamp.
Powder Keg dodges out of the way of the energy weapon blast.
Do
Flotsam,
you get
you're
to
up.
activate your special on that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, he
You're
does.
right.
D12
Thank you for
crit.
reminding me.
Sorry,
My
Spud.
D12 crit is blind target enemy and it suffers vulnerability 3 and 5 ongoing damage.
Oh my
So, since one of them is already suffering from that, I'll just put it on another energy bot.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
The first one.
All right, so it's blinded and
Vuln 3 and ongoing 5. Save ends all.
yikes. Okay, Flotsam, it is now your turn.
Okie dokie. Can I just check? Are the bots adjacent to each other or no?
Yes, they are. It goes Swordbot 1, Gunbot 2, 1, Gunbot 2, Swordbot 2.
This is most excellent. Firstly, I would like to place a bottle cap mine on Firelight,
All right.
which will activate if anyone makes a single target attack on him.
Mhm.
Oh,
Then I would also, if I may, like to use my offhand strike to make another attack immediately.
You all took offhand strike, didn't you?
I didn't.
No.
I did
I
not.
only took offhand
I
strike
don't.
last. I want to be able to dual wield. I had another weapon I wanted.
Ah.
And for my actual attack, I would like to use Here Have a Grenade, which will deal 1d8 damage to the target creature and each creature adjacent to the target. So I would like to target Energy Bot 1, who I believe is in the middle of two other bots.
Yep.
Cool.
And isn't that
I'm a-
also the one that's suffering all the bad
That's
stuff?
the one that you smacked in the face, Powder Keg. Yeah.
Well, no, which one
I'm-
is suffering all the bad stuff from Zenkarn?
Zenkarn is it's the first sword bot that's suffering all the stuff from Zenkarn. So yeah, it's also going to take damage from this.
yes,
Yes.
healing.
Oh boy.
And
Okay.
it
Good
has Vuln
times.
7. Yay.
That's 6 damage to those 3 then, please.
Okay.
Like, just lobs a grenade and it
Flotsam lobs a grenade at a bunch of the bots and it explodes. Oh, vulnerability and then oh man. Okay, so the first one under the Mark of the Reaper takes a freaking huge amount of damage.
13.
Only 12 actually, but yes, it takes 12 damage and you gain 12 HP.
Ooh, back to full.
Zenkarn. And then the other one, the middle one, which was blinded and whatnot by Lapis, takes 6, so 5s and 3s, 8 damage. And then the other one takes the remaining regular 5. That's quite a bit of damage all around. The first sword bot is most definitely bloodied. As bloodied as a robot can be, but it definitely seems to have suffered some grievous wounds from that.
Okay.
is oiled.
All right. The second sword bot just brings its sword arm horizontal and just starts spinning around in a circle and rolling on its treads towards a whole bunch of you.
So on my turn, I'm going to do 3d8 damage to up to 3 creatures. So leave the sword bot and energy bot that are suffering Vuln alone for now. We'll see what happens after they take 3d8 plus Vuln.
It goes for Powder Keg, Javolt, and Firelight.
Ah.
Javolt still has his deflector shields up, so
Oh right, so it just Javolt doesn't get affected. Oh, so it can't target you in the center. So no, it's not going to hit you then. It's going to go for Firelight, Zenkarn, and Flotsam
Yes.
for a 9 damage to all of you.
Okay, but doesn't Flotsam's bottle cap mine go off?
No, because it's not
No,
a single target attack.
Single
target.
attack. Okay.
See, this is the rule of combat. Every time I lay a mine, there will be no single target attacks on that pony. I'm seriously considering trading in the fire mines at some point, but
Just
Yeah.
mind everybody.
I can only do it twice.
But yes, Firelight, Zenkarn, and Flotsam take 9 damage.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Did Did Firelight's thing at the beginning give us resistance or temp HP? I can't remember.
Temp HP.
Okay.
Temp HP, yeah.
Alright.
Oh wait. Did we get the temporary HP before tempered steel was hit?
Yes.
Oh, so he'd still be at 30.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Spud.
Just remember that it doesn't stack with the temp HP you get from your Amulet of Protection, which I'm assuming you still have.
No, he doesn't have that anymore. I traded that.
Oh, you traded it in. Oh, that's okay then. Woo.
Yeah, for
Or more resistance crap.
No, I traded it in so that I could have
2 pieces of armor, right?
Yeah, I've got one that gives regeneration 2, and the other that has resistance 2 and a -3 to initiative.
I really need to start twinking my my combat encounters.
But I also have
And I'm not
Just
good
a
at
little.
twinking.
the combat ability that allows him to equip 2 sets of armor, and when he has resistance from a source, he increases that resistance by 1.
Well, at least you get to smash things, and as long as you're having fun, then I can't complain too much.
Mm-hmm.
So that resistance 2 becomes a resistance 3 in
So
exchange.
anyway, Tempered Steel, it's your turn.
Okay. So we have. So did you say 2 of the robots, or 1 of the robots should be left alone?
Go ahead and hit the one that I put Vuln on, because it hasn't taken as much damage. Gonna see if I can 2-for-1 those things.
So you're
He's
The
talking
energy
about
bot. Energy bot 1.
So the energy bot 1 and the 2 sword robots?
No. I'm gonna hit both the energy bots next turn, and then I'm gonna hit the... I'm gonna hit both energy bots and the sword bot that's got all the Vuln on it. But I want you to try and hit the energy bot that has Vuln on it right now, because then maybe I can kill it and the sword bot with one AoE.
I was planning to use crowd control, which is basically arcing bolt to hit three of the robots.
Why not?
Just do it.
No, I'm trying to figure out which 3 should I be targeting.
Don't target the one that Zenkarn has all the Vuln on.
So
Which
basically,
is-
which would be Swordbot
Sword
1.
bot 1.
So the 2
Everyone
energy
except-
robots and swordbot 2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will target. So do I roll 3 6 die? I mean, 1 for each robot.
Arcing Bolt. No, it's just 1 roll for all targets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless it says it's just like target
No, it says
1.
deal 1d6 damage to up to 3 target
Yeah,
creatures.
so it's just 1
Just
damage
roll
roll.
1d6.
6. And I got a 1.
You do
You-
nothing.
You do nothing.
Okay.
Ah.
And then for the other one, he's going to use
You all took offhand strike?
tempered. No, but he
Oh.
gets. No, I still get a utility,
Oh, yeah, minor
Minor.
action.
minor utility, and he's going to use the emblem of justice for the crazy battle cry.
Oh, good. And what's the effect of that again?
It's costs 1, and he lets out a taunting and idiotic shout. All enemies suffer a -5 penalty to damage on attacks that do not include you as a target until the end of your next turn.
Right, yeah. Awesome.
Alright.
Okay, he'll shout, I am Meat Shield, hear me roar!
Fair enough.
Alright, is it my turn now?
Yes, it is Powderkeg's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna use a -6 to deal 3d8 damage to the sword bot that's got all the Vuln and the 2 energy bots.
All right.
That's going to be 14 to each of them.
Oh, boy.
That is going to leave a mark.
13. So, first Swordbot takes like 20 damage and explodes.
Yes.
The second energy bot takes about 16 damage and doesn't quite explode, but gets pretty darn close. And the third one also takes a serious amount of damage.
And now offhand strike.
And
No,
it's-
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You get off hand strike. You get off hand strike. Everybody gets off hand strike.
Oh.
I just wanted it so I could use more than one sword.
Well, at least it's going to take ongoing damage on its next turn, so it might die there.
Yeah. Javolt, you're up.
What's the status of the robots? Who's alive?
The first robot is dead. The two ranged gunbots are both bloodied in terms of the system, and the third sword, the second other sword bot is basically pristine.
So if you're going to do a huge nuke on something, do it on the pristine one so we get max value out of it, because you might overkill the bloodied ones.
Javolt. First of all, Javolt has regeneration 5 if he's bloodied, so I'm going to get that back up. So now I have 11 health points. And now I'm going to use electrocution on the pristine bot. I get to roll twice because I'm dazed and I have that armor.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see what I got. Electrocution is... I wanted to see... And I get to choose which one of these I want to use.
Yeah. 4
Neither
plus
of them
6
has
plus
crits,
6
so
plus
22.
9 plus 4.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 22 for electrocution.
It's like you re-roll the whole total both, or you get to roll each individual one both?
No, I get to roll twice.
Okay.
And then I choose which one I want.
Okay, so 22 damage to the remaining sword bot, right?
Yep.
With your giant electro beam thing
Electrocution. Not the pinnacle of engineering, that's something else.
Yeah, that's hyper beam. So yes, you fry the other sword bot's circuits quite a bit, and it is also bloodied now.
Cool.
Firelight, you're up.
Blow something up.
So what's everyone's hit points?
I am at 40.
I'm at 11.
I'm 25.
Javolt doesn't need healing.
Feel 30.
He really doesn't.
30.
Well,
Tempered Steel's going to be tanking everything anyway.
Well,
And by God, is he going to tank it?
Booyah!
I should just save Kiriga then, huh?
And use it if you want. No one's going to stop you.
Well, only half the party really needs heals.
That is true.
I guess I'll use I can fix that on Javolt. What's that? Hang on. For 10.
Javolt heals for 10.
And then I will use actually, yeah. And then I will use offhand strike to use brilliant flare.
Okay.
Which roll a d8.
Do correct me if I'm wrong
oops.
in just being silly, but is offhand strike not once per battle?
Yeah, it is. It's one per
it is?
battle. Yep.
What?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It's, yeah, offhand strike, minor action, once a battle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why it's not totally broken.
Sorry.
Sorry. I feel like a total buzzkill for pointing that out.
No, that's good. Sorry about that.
So that's it then.
Yeah, actually, pretty much.
All right. The first energy gun bot charges straight at Tempered Steel and blows up in his face, also hitting Flotsam.
Okay.
So, damage for how much?
12.
Okay, so
Is
then
that 12 for me as well?
Yes, 12 for you as well.
May
It
I
blows up.
Yes, it self-destructs.
may
Oh.
I pretty please use my defensive blade or wind blade?
Oh, no, wait.
as a
Wait.
No?
Back up. It had ongoing damage. it just
And
blows up.
Vuln 3.
And Vuln
Oh.
it just blows up in its place.
Oh well.
It tries charging at tempered steel as in one last ditch effort, but doesn't make it all the way there.
And that's why Vuln plus ongoing damage is hilarious.
Zenkarn, you're up.
Well, on the bright side, Spud, because my Mark of the Reaper subject got
All right,
blown
your
up,
scythe has disappeared.
I don't get my scythe powers anymore.
Oh.
I know.
Let us all take a moment of silence for Zenkarn's scythe.
Let us all take a moment of silence.
For
Oh dear. I'm sorry, that was bad even for me.
So who's alive still? Just Energy Gunbot and Swordbot, right?
Yep.
Alright, I will in that case use Death Beckons on Energy Gunbot.
All right.
So 3 HP to that, 2 HP to loss for me. And that's, lose, not damage.
All right. So there we are. It's definitely taking more damage.
And
That energy gun bot aims at tempered steel and shoots a few rapid fire bursts at tempered steel again. This time for 9 damage.
Okay, so -3 for 6. And, is this one bloodied?
Yes.
Hey, would anyone mind if I, struck back against it?
God,
Nope.
no. Go for it.
Okay, yeah. In response, Tempered Steel's gonna use Strike of Vengeance.
Okay.
You said it did 9 damage, right?
Yes.
And looks like it hits for 4.
Okay. So it's very, very, very close to death at this point. So Flotsam, you're up.
Gosh, already? Brilliant. I am going to go ahead and if every wait, hang on. How many do we have left?
2
Just
robots.
2.
Are they adjacent to each other by any chance?
Yes, they are.
Oh, good. Let's do another here, have a grenade then. Which I already have up. And that's a 6 to each of them.
The second energy gun bot explodes with a grenade.
Yeah.
Flotsam
And-
is just killing herself laughing with glee now.
Swordbot is very, very close to blowing up. It starts sparking and shaking. And with
It's
its-
like fireworks, you guys.
And with its last ditch effort, it just charges straight at tempered steel and actually succeeds in blowing up in his face.
Like so many of our plans do.
Yep. For
I've been waiting to say
14
that.
damage.
So is that... Okay, that one's exploded, never mind.
And that's it.
Cool. So, Graham, how's Graham doing?
I'm rushing over to him.
Grant,
Ditto.
he took what looks like an energy blast to the chest, and looks like most of his midsection's been torn up by a blade.
So the robots killed him, probably.
He actually still seems to be twitching and moving.
Right,
Like, can you fix him?
Quick
Fix him,
question.
fix him.
Zenkarn, this
Yep.
isn't... My healing isn't gonna hurt him because he's undead, right?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, good enough. I'll use my healing to try and heal him.
Alright, go for a heal check.
21.
Hey,
Man,
hey,
I
hey,
only
you know what you
rolled a
should
6.
do? You should, Jawa, can you use, generosity?
I imagine I could do that.
Also, I forgot I could also use, the, what was it? Medical training. To get a +10.
Medical training is for curses and diseases.
Oh, that's right. Well,
He is technically cursed, yeah. If you
True.
want to try and unzombify him or something.
if
Oh,
that'll
God,
help
no.
at all, I'll try
That
that.
might
Yeah.
just kill him.
That would just kill him.
Oh, good point. Damn. Okay, so I'm
Right.
not gonna try that.
You want me to apply generosity to this situation?
That could be useful. I only got a
21's
21.
not going to do much for a hole in the chest.
Would I be able to assist with necromancy, considering he's an undead entity?
I was also wondering if Flotsam could help out a little. She has a tiny bit of medical training.
Alright. So what's the total rolls we're looking at here?
Let's see.
Depends.
Let me just do that.
Well, I know it depends. I just want to resolve it.
Well,
That's
but
what's
yeah,
up. It's
necromancy assist, okay?
Necromancy assist, okay.
Sweet.
all right.
Should I or should I not apply the generosity?
You probably should. Sounds like most of them want you to.
Okay, yeah. So just the just the straight up plus 15 then, to whatever the total is.
So that's 26. I believe a
That's what
successful
I-
assist provides a +2, so that's 40 total. If the assists are successful.
If Flotsam's allowed, then that's a 20. Not natural.
Ooh.
How would I help? Would I roll what? Healing?
I don't think you can help. You just
Do
don't even.
you have healing?
I have 11 in heal.
That's
Oh.
not shabby, actually.
Actually,
Yeah.
might as well
I'd
try.
roll for it.
All right.
We might
The
not
worst that
even.
you-
We might not
rest
have
of
even needed the generosity in that point.
Oh,
Mm,
kind of too late to
Take
that
it back.
Javolt
Isn't it?
doesn't
I got
actually
it.
help too much.
Javult doesn't help that much, but he doesn't at least, hurt anything or mess anything up, so that's good.
So yeah, plus, so plus 15.
Flotsam and Firelight. No, sorry. Flotsam does assist successfully. Zenkarn assists successfully.
I hope so.
So that's a 40 total with generosity. What do we get?
You're able to you remove many of the bandages covering his body. You can see his sort of dragon pony hybrid body. It's just kind of been twisted into this shape. You can kind of see where the pony limbs started to mutate into dragon limbs, and on top of basically trying to suture him back together, you also kind of treat those areas that haven't been treated in a very long time. They're that places that had kind of been infected and diseased for a while.
Ugh.
So you can apply your medical training utility talent in that area.
Well, then yeah, I probably
which would bring it up to about 50.
Yeah.
And it's kind of not a perfect solution considering the big gash in his midsection, which all you can do is really just kind of suture it as tightly as you can and hope that it takes care of itself. But eventually Graham does start to come around.
Huh.
Meanwhile,
Is the-
Powder's gonna look around and see what went on here from, with the monitor and stuff.
The monitor, when you check around with the monitor, it says that there's been remote access to the security system from Security Station B in the building.
I'm going to go to Security Station B.
Anyone want to go with him?
Yeah, that would
Probably
be me.
some people
Coming
should.
along.
There was some
Yeah.
kind of access in Security Station B. I'm gonna check it out.
Javolt's coming along because he's the master hacker, apparently.
Powder Cake's gonna roll his eyes as Javolt comes along.
All right. You head back down to the first floor, down the very ruined stairs at this point, because the floor plan in the office points you towards the west wing of the building.
Tempered Steel's gonna keep an eye on the security footage, or wherever it is that's
All right.
the cameras.
Yeah. You can reactivate the security feed, and it doesn't look like there's anyone outside the building at the moment.
Is that the only security feed available, or is there any switches to switch between different security feeds?
There are some in a few rooms of the building, but not in any sort of more secretive area of the building.
Okay. Well, just for now, he's going to regularly switch between the feeds to see if he catches anything.
All right. Powder Keg and Javolt, you head down to the west, and the west wing opens up into this large hallway with about 3 doors to rooms, stairs up to the second floor on the other side. And you notice that the door in the middle, the second room on your right, the door is open. And you hear kind of the buzzing of a sprite bot.
What do we know? Is the sprite bot dangerous aside from hacking, or is it just a...
You know that they can be armed with a variety of weapons.
But they're not the most dangerous.
They're not the most dangerous weapons either.
So, does Javolt still have that part of the chair that he was gathering earlier?
Why?
Powder's gonna step into the room.
Javolt sort of rolls his eyes and says, I was going to stick my part of the chair in first to see if anything shot at it.
You enter. It's kind of this very small room with a bunch of terminals, and you see the sprite bot hovering in front of one of them, with a little cord running between it and the terminal, and streams of data running past on it. And
So,
now look at what we have here.
the sprite bot kind of slowly turns around and faces you.
So, can I attempt to hack the sprite bot?
Do you think it's going to let you?
Well, it's still connected to the terminal. I can hack it through the terminal, right?
It's also hacking through the terminal.
You'd also have to get closer to the terminal.
Without it, striking back or anything.
So how close to either the sprite bot or the terminal would I have to be to hack it?
You'd have to move past the sprite bot.
Couldn't you just, shoot your claw out to grab it and then hack it manually?
So who are you there on the other end
How
of
do
that
you think
sprite
hacking works?
These are
It's not
creatures
just
with
you
hooves.
touch it and computer stuff magically changes.
Okay, so, I mean, a lot of times these sprite bots have microphones and recording and can send some feed. So let's see. Who are y'all on the other end of that sprite bot?
You don't hear an answer for a while.
Must disabled it. Well, I'm just gonna unconnect these cords here.
The sprite, when you try and reach for it, the sprite bot seems a little prod seems to come out of the sprite bot's body and kind of buzzes at you. It's a little shock prod.
Powder's just gonna roll his eyes and throw a grenade at the computer.
What?
What?
Javolt is going to...
Can't hack through a broken terminal.
So you reach for your saddlebags and you bring out a grenade, and then as you're about to pull the pin, a voice from the sprite bot says, "I thought I recognized you."
Oh! Dun dun dun!
What?
Powder Keg, isn't it?
How do you know my name?
Never thought I'd find you again here in the Maw. How long has it been? Surely, after a night like that, you can at least recognize the sound of my voice, even through a microphone.
This is a
Powder
female
Keg
voice,
begins
right?
is kind of gritting his teeth. Very.
Is this voice male or female? I can't tell.
It's male.
It's male.
Oh. So Javolt sort of raises his eyebrow and looks to
I
Powder Keg
swear.
and says,
I'm gonna burn you so bad.
bad experience with a lover, then?
Wow.
Ow.
Snap!
What company you've found yourself in, Powder Keg?
None more
Truly.
better than the company you keep, if you're anything like last time.
Well, I did have to kind of start over, but I think I've done well for myself.
Yeah, I bet you have, bastard.
Oh wow, this is just amazing.
So, are
Well.
they distracted with this conversation?
Powder
Oh.
Cake is absolutely fuming at this point. He looks like he's about ready to blow the whole building down because of this
Can I
one
roll
Sprite bot.
stealth to sneak past the sprite bot while it's talking with?
There's not a whole lot of space in this room that you can like hide in or whatnot.
No, just to move past while they're distracted talking.
So what's your plan
I
this
wouldn't say the
time?
sprite bot is distracted. It's not like he can't. It's not like it can't, convey, audio signals and also keep an eye on you.
So what's your plan this time? Burning down a whole town ain't enough for you?
Well, I've set my sights higher. All I wanted out of this whole excursion was that weird little hybrid the cult brewed up.
Well, you can't have him.
You sure about that?
He is technically dead.
I think we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Javolt
Mutually
raises a hoof.
beneficial arrangement.
After all, you can't leave this building without the cult knowing that you're not going to fulfill their
Javolt
wishes. And
stuffs a
I
hoof.
want the hybrid.
Javolt stuffs a hoof in Powder Keg's mouth and says, "Technically, the hybrid is dead."
Yes, well, I don't plan on leaving the area anytime soon.
If y'all think Powder Cake's gonna shove Javolt away, if y'all think I'm gonna make a deal with you, you have got a serious problem in your head.
Oh, come on. Surely at some point you would have learned how to let go, Powder.
I swear, I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to have my necromancer friend bring you back just so I can kill you again.
You're with the necromancer. Please, tell me more about your friends. Tell me more.
You ain't knowing nothing.
All I have to do is rile you up and you'll just tell me everything, as usual.
Javolt has had enough of this and says, "Spritebot, deactivate."
What? You say that?
Powder Keg is just going to face hoof and say,
You need the proper access code, and for that matter, I've already
Okay,
uploaded my own firmware into this spot, so what do you think you're doing, donkey?
Javolt says, "Distracting you," and leaps for the cable.
Okay, roll athletics.
Are you sure it's not acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Yay! Alright. Let me roll for acrobatics. That's 1d20 plus 10. I got a 22.
Okay. You managed to leap forward and remove the Spritebot's connection to the terminal. The terminal reports that connection has been disconnected, and the Spritebot starts to fly out and away.
Am I still holding the cable?
No, not necessarily. You succeeded in disconnecting it, but
I'm going to try to hold on to the cable, if I can.
You can try to do that, but the Spritebot's going to use its shock prod on you.
Alright. What does that do?
It delivers a few hundred volts through your body.
This is Dr. Javolt.
Yeah, I've considered that.
So, what's the end result here?
The end result is that he just keeps repeatedly using the shock prod on you, and for first couple anyway, you don't seem to let go, and it kind of confuses him. Why won't you freaking let go?
Javolt's going to try to reel the Spritebot in so he can hack it.
Powder's also going to grab the Spritebot. Y'all ain't going nowhere.
The Spritebots start beeping, but you're able to reel it in and bring it close enough to hack.
Alright, so that's Arcana, I guess?
Yeah, Arcana.
Okay, so that's 1d20 plus 14. And I got 27 out of that. 27 for hacking the Spritebot.
All right. You're able to hack into the Spritebot systems, through the panel in front on the side. But as you gain control of the Spritebot, you notice that in the seconds you had in the struggle, while it was prodding you, you noticed that it was transmitting all of its relevant data out and away.
So, we've got a Spritebot and no information, I guess?
Nope.
Congratulations.
Well, at least we have the Spritebot.
A lot of good that does us.
With absolutely no functional firmware on it.
Javolt looks at the Spritebot and he smiles and says, "And we have exploded robots upstairs."
You're enjoying the hell out of this, aren't you?
Powder Keg is gonna smack Javolt across the face and walk upstairs.
Javolt is going to walk upstairs after him, sort of petting the Spritebot since it's now his new pet.
It kind of follows you very lazily. It seems that its navigational software seems to have been severely damaged.
Fix it up more, call it Eddie.
Sorry, what?
I said fix it up some more, call it Eddie.
Well,
quick question. How's Javolt immune to electricity?
I kind of assumed for flavor because he did kind of shock himself into oblivion in the last fight to build up power.
Shouldn't he technically take Thunderborn if he's gonna do that?
That's what I was thinking.
I am assuming he's taken damage, but I didn't think it would be enough to incapacitate him.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
should I reduce my hit points
Because-
by any amount? Or
Yeah, I'd say you're bloodied.
so that puts me down to 14, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was also just a Spritebot and a fairly weak shock prod. It would take any normal pony down, but a donkey like Javolt, I figured.
Okay. So anyway, I guess the other question
he's
is,
definitely not as I definitely didn't think he was going to be as resistant as a Thunderborn character, but in this particular situation with weak threat and his sort of flavorful personality, I mean, he was just going to basically tank that electrocution.
okay.
That makes sense.
Since he's out of combat, does his regeneration trait that regenerates health while bloodied still count?
Only enough to bring you just above bloodied.
Well, that it says 5 when bloodied.
No,
so.
because it's a combat trait.
Yeah, it is a
just
combat
like
trait. So because you're not in combat with having dealing with the combat high or anything like that, no.
So I guess I'm up to 15 then.
Is it
Just-
heal every five? Is it heal a little bit every
I'll
5
just-
minutes? Or
I'm going to heal everybody as soon as I get the chance.
Yeah.
So
Short
Okay,
rest,
so-
you'll be back to full in like 20
Alright.
minutes. Just don't worry about it.
All right.
unless
So-
Carter decides to shank you on the way up.
Yeah, seriously.
So we all return, and Javolt says, "I have continued our tradition. We have a new pet," and he shows off the Spritebot.
Which
Powder Keg is just obviously fuming right now.
Yeah, I walk over to Powder
Yes.
Keg and I like, you want to talk about this?
did we hear this conversation?
Well, no, I'm just going over because I assume he's evidently,
actually towards
more
the end,
pissed off than
towards
normal.
the end, you did hear some of it over the PA system.
Oh,
Oh.
How much?
So, what's the deal?
Yeah, what happened?
do you want to talk about it?
There's someone we need to kill.
Oh, there's always someone we need to kill. Want to be more specific about that?
I'll
Well,
add him to
yeah,
the
but he
list.
deserves it more than anyone else so far.
Okay, why?
You're
Reasons?
gonna have to.
Wait. Is this someone you know?
You could say that.
And he's out here in the Dragon Maw too?
Somehow.
Okay, so Javolt is going to step in and say, apparently, Powder Keg's former lover burned down their hometown.
Powder Keg is going to punch him. Again.
Oh my god, yes.
Punch
Can
in
I,
the
can
I'm
I
trying to roll athletics this time.
can I chuck a magic point onto that roll?
Oh
Yes,
God.
you can.
This
What do you guys?
Roll
No.
athletics.
Oh, it's
what
a
was
15.
that
I'm not
Magic
even gonna
point
bother.
at least.
15. Anyone want to throw a magic point on that?
I'm
you
throwing
have-
a magic point on that.
Okay. 25. Anyone else?
Now I use mine on generosity.
Wait, you already used yours.
Question: if this goes up any higher, what's actually going to be the end result?
He goes unconscious.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, that's boring.
But he will go unconscious in a very spectacular way.
Yeah, but I don't know. Will we need honesty at any point later? You guys think?
Oh, what did I miss?
With a 25, Powder Keg punches Javolt hard enough to punch him all the way towards the opposite wall and leave an imprint.
Okay, what just happened? I missed why this happened.
Because Javolt's
Javolt.
being an idiot.
Javolt
Just
called
Javolt.
our mystery pony Powder Keg's lover.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Powder
no
Keg, who was he
amount.
actually?
You're down to 1
He's
HP,
the worst
Javolt.
of 'em all.
Please,
So am I still awake or?
Barely.
please just stay down.
No,
And don't
get up.
say
I want to see
anything.
what happens.
That pony is responsible for gathering an army of raiders and burning down my hometown.
Yeah, I can see how you
Watson-
hate him.
So
Oh,
is
look at-
he in part responsible for killing that pony you made a bust of?
We don't know that pony's dead, Jawa.
Oh, we don't?
He's very responsible.
Oh, we don't know that?
Yeah, but
We
we
could
could,
probably
make
draw
an educated
connections.
guess.
I suppose so, yeah. But a look of complete dismay just floods over Flotsam's face, and she just hug tackles Powder Keg. She's like, Powder, I'm so sorry.
Powder's just kind of like not sure how to respond right now. Just kind of steps back.
Oh, sorry, personal space. She lets go. I didn't know you lost your home. That's horrible.
That wasn't even the worst part.
At this point, the PA system crackles to life,
Oh, God.
and you hear, "Is this thing on? Can you hear me now?"
Is this
Screw
the same
you.
voice?
It's the same voice. So I'm in control of the Ministry of Image Intelligence Office's systems now. Awesome.
Hey!
Perfect.
That's not good.
I'll lean down to Flotsam. How good are you at hacking?
Flotsam turns to him with a devious grin. What do you want hacked?
Could you possibly kick him out of the system?
Before you start considering how to annoy me further, let me explain something to you. On one side, you have the Cult of Tiamat scouts waiting for your reports. They want that pony dragon hybrid in there dead. And they won't let you travel around with your little dragoness companion until they see it. On the other side, you have raiders who work for me. And I want that dragon pony hybrid dead or alive. So consider, you have a way to please both parties at once. Everyone walks away alive and satisfied and able to continue on with your adventures throughout the Dragon's Blah, 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 blah.
Except for Clam.
I don't think I'm inclined to want to make any raiders happy if it's on
I
their
will eat my own grenade before I make a deal with you.
I
Okay,
would
first
love
off,
to see
who
that.
are you?
You may call me the executive.
Right.
Such a
How
great
could I
name.
just call you Mr. E?
Mr. E.
Mr. E was my father.
I get that, and it's terrible on so many different levels.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're saying that we can basically, kill the hybrid and give him to you, and all our problems are magically solved?
We're not gonna hand over the hybrid to...
I know. Shh.
He's not gonna take a good deal. He's a
No, I'm
lying,
just
backstabbing son
curious.
of a bitch. He'll kill us first chance he gets.
Of course,
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I understand what he's,
Sure, but
saying.
if you leave the hybrid there for me to collect, then I can make sure the cult gets the message and you'll get a head start.
Or
I attack now, and let the cult know that you've decided to ally with their traitor.
Oh, you bastard.
How did that previous attack of yours go? Just out of curiosity.
Well, that was before you took out most of the security force for me. And that was before I'd... Did you not understand that it was a distraction?
You know, you have a
Well,
point,
yeah.
and I hate you for that.
You know,
So, to reiterate, I own the systems, you are surrounded, and I'm giving you a way out.
But you want us to kill Graham.
You just met him.
Yeah,
What
but
does
we
he
just
matter to you?
healed
We
him.
also just
And already
met
I
you,
like
and-
him more than I like you.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
met him.
I don't need you to like me, Powder Keg. I just need you to understand what I'm offering.
There is kind of one problem though, and that's let's say we go for your plan. We then have Powder Keg angry at us, and let's be honest, I'm more scared of getting Powder Keg angry at me than I am scared of you.
Fair point.
Yes, Powder Keg can be pretty scary at times. Certainly. I've seen it for myself.
Don't you dare.
Oh, do tell.
Oh God.
Powder Keg, I will tell everyone your secrets if you don't comply. How's that?
Javolt raises a hoof and says, "We already know."
Wait, I'll lean down the plus.
He's totally bluffing, but he says, "We already know."
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
All right. Let me see. What's Javolt's persuasion? His persuasion is 9.
That's not bad.
So
Just while Weaver's rolling, Flotsam has gone to stand back over by Graham in a kind of Graham in a kind of protective way.
yeah, Tempered Steel is going to try
Okay,
and help Dr. Javolt. He's going to say,
Code,
Yeah,
put on the stair.
yeah, he already told us all about it.
Actually, you know what? I actually haven't gotten to use this at all. So yeah, I'm gonna use. I can use a stare on somebody else, can I? You are an ally.
Yep.
I'm giving you a plus 20 bonus.
So
And-
what does that mean?
It means you get a plus 20 bonus to your persuasion roll, which
So that's-
was pretty abysmal, so yeah.
Now it's
So
33.
so now that's 33 for my persuasion.
Yes, because
And
of
I
Firelight's the stare.
I'm going to make a persuasion assistance roll,
Okay.
and I rolled a, what is that, a 4?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a 14 total.
Yeah, you don't.
Guys,
You
you
don't
realize
really.
that even if you convince him, we already know that, he might just pull the whole, oh, so you already know that he acts. card.
God damn it, Lapis!
Oh, come on, we already knew that was gonna happen.
They're. I think they're working against you, Lapis. So, Tempered Steel's assistance doesn't really do anything, but Firelight's
That's basically the same thing.
33 is your result, and you do manage. When you say that you already know his secret, it's you do convince him, and he says, "Ah, then you already know. Excellent. Then you know just how cold Powder Keg can be."
Yeah,
Oh,
That
Yeah.
was
Kinda-
all you.
that kind of came.
You
That kind of
bastard.
came across.
Why do you think I hired him? Javolt still believes they're all his employees. Why do you think I hired him?
Powder Keg is gonna punch Javolt again.
Oh God, no! I'm gonna have to
He
heal him.
can't
you know?
afford to lose.
That's only a
More
12
hit
to this
points.
punch.
You do enough damage to take Javolt down for the count, and now Javolt is unconscious.
No.
He's just unconscious.
How many hit points does he have then?
0?
Okay, just 0. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I heard a punch. What was that?
That's nothing you need to worry about.
I'll go over and check Javolt just to make sure he's not like too bad injured.
No, just to get a bit of a concussion.
Okay, I'll fix that later.
They don't really know, do they, Powder Keg?
What does it matter? We don't have
No.
to listen to you. You're nothing but a
Okay.
big bully. You leave Firelight alone. Not Firelight, sorry. Leave Powder Keg alone! I swear I know the difference between your characters.
Okay, also,
Hey,
you still haven't given us
he's the
much
one
of
who
a-
followed me.
You still
Hang
haven't
on,
given
what?
us much of a short look. Yeah, wait.
What?
I was here in the Maw for years before you showed up.
Well, that's just a coincidence, right, Powder?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, it's a coincidence. Sure.
So, tell me again exactly how you two know each other. I want to hear the story from your point of view.
No,
Oh,
you
gosh.
don't.
From my point of view,
From your point of view, we've all heard Powder's explanation of
I'll
events.
tell you if
but-
you accept the deal.
Hey,
No.
Well, we don't
Oh,
accept the deal, so there.
You make it a threat if we don't accept the deal, then you say you'll only say it if we do accept the deal, you're just bad-mouthing everything.
hey, did
I'm having way too much fun. This is like a school reunion in the old war, except way more fun.
wait, what?
Oh.
You know, wait. How
You're a
old
ghoul.
are you?
Oh, not much older than. I suppose I am getting on in years, but still,
If you were
still as spry as ever.
So wait, you were around for the old war.
No. I'm referring to. He's just referring to just old world stuff. That's kind of just general knowledge.
Hey,
he
did,
just needs a
Oh.
lot.
It sounds
Wait.
like you went to school with Firelight. Good lord, sorry, Powder
might-
Keg. It's because they're both
He might have gone to a modern school in the wasteland.
hey,
So it's under Red Eye then.
did Flotsam say that she'd be good at hacking the terminal again?
She has the mechanics for it. I mean, as long as it's a mechanics check and not an arcana check.
It's an Arcana check.
Well, I'll
Okay,
go.
never mind.
Well, I can go, help and, do the actual role while Flotsam sits there and tells me what the heck I'm doing.
Your hacker is currently unconscious.
That's okay.
You were kind of asking for it.
And
You
little,
were-
and
you
little
were.
of value was lost.
Oh, that's
Sorry. That was mean.
Ow.
So, yeah, maybe if we delay him, that'll give Zenkarn and Flotsam a chance to gain control of the security systems.
I don't know. I
No,
am kind of
I'm
curious to
waiting
hear
for
the story.
an answer.
Actually, I have a question.
Do I come in there and take what I want forcefully, or are you going to give it to me?
Okay, wait. We're all in quick question. We're all in agreement, right? Do we
About.
want to keep talking to him?
Oh God, yeah.
You can
He's
take a
got
grenade
information
and
that
shove
I
it up
want.
your ass.
I'll take that as a no. There's a speaker in this room, right?
Yeah, there are a couple of PA speakers.
Can I tear them off the walls with Arcana and telekinesis?
Yeah, but you'd probably still be able to hear them from the other PA speakers throughout the rest of the building.
Well, at least it'd be quieter.
Yeah,
You're not going to accomplish much. It's not really worth the effort.
yeah, it's not a whole lot.
Oh, fine.
So, come on. Are you gonna Okay? Are you gonna at least tell us why you want the hybrid so much?
What's it worth to you? Will you give him to me if I do?
I'll think
For the
about it,
last
depending on what you
time.
tell me.
Oh, don't. I know that tone of voice. You're just trying to con me out of more information.
Look.
No deal.
All right. So basically, you want us to give him to you on a just sign of trust.
This bastard's all about his deals. And the only deals he makes are the ones that turn up in his favor and to the detriment of everyone else involved.
So what is
To
he,
be
a dragon?
fair, it will be in your benefit to not die today.
I doubt we're gonna die today.
No,
it
I
was in my
suppose not.
benefit
since
all
we're-
those years
since-
ago, and I still didn't make it any better.
Okay, completely random question. Did anyone know about Javolt's tunnel finding? Did he tell anyone about this?
No.
Graham knows. Graham knows about the tunnel.
You said he was gaining conscious a while ago, didn't you?
No, but he was watching through security feeds when Javolt found it.
So what
Well-
you're saying is that the only two people who know about this are unconscious.
Graham's coming around.
Yeah. He's at least waking up. You still got a little while.
But yes, I'm assuming that generally the group knows about the tunnel.
Well, it'd be preferable if we could regain control of the security instead. Use that to...
It would, yeah.
I have to admit, I wish it was. It's times like this I really wish I was playing a unicorn, so I could tell him to sit on my horn and spin. But all right, Pato. Question.
What?
This guy, if let's say we're not going to do it, but let's say we did, would he actually honor his word, or is he just going to be a backstabbing dick?
Oh, he'll honor his word in so long as he'll give you maybe a day or so before he makes another bad move on you.
So he's more of a letter of the law than spirit of the law kind of guy.
Sure. You can think of that.
Out of character, I like him. In character, he's a douche.
I'm not going to wait for much longer.
Well,
I already told you, you can shove a grenade up your ass.
I'm not, and there are more people to speak for your group than just you.
Okay,
Powder Keg. I think you're dominating the dialogue a little bit. Maybe you should let your other companions speak for a moment.
Well, here.
Oh,
how about
in
this?
that case, well, screw off.
Yeah. Let's bring it to a vote. Everyone's saying for executive to go screw himself, raise a hoof.
Heck yeah.
All hooves raised.
Oh, and one hand.
Well, for kicks,
Aurelia
Pepper
raises
Still
a claw.
will stand on one foot for a moment.
Uh,
Funny.
Alright.
looks
So,
like
yeah.
that's a total vote of confidence against you. How you feeling now?
Actually quite pleased. I won't have to deal with the headache of chasing you down later. And then the PA crackles off.
Okay, defensive positions, everyone. Pony.
Oh,
Damn it.
okay.
Can anyone
I-
get back control of those defensive systems?
Somebody
Yeah.
wake up that dumbass donkey back up.
Plus one, you go down
Graham is finally feeling conscious enough to look around and speak now, and he says, "We're still here?"
Yep, we're still
Graham,
alive.
listen to me
Alive.
carefully. You're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. We're just going to come under a rain of fire and brimstone just in a little bit. But you'll be
There's
fine.
gotta be a way out of here.
Well, if we could get
I
control
think the donkey found an escape route.
You know where it is, because I don't want to wake him up.
We need
Actually,
to wake
It's
him up.
in
We're not
it's in
going
the
to carry
East
him.
Wing, in the re-education center.
Couldn't we?
Tempid can carry him.
But that pony that was on the speakers, he's got control of the security, right?
Well,
Yes.
I'm saying if we can regain control of that, couldn't we try and hold him off again?
Maybe Zenkar and I can backhack.
It's always worth a shot.
You could disable the system entirely.
There's that too. I doubt
Oh,
he's
yeah,
coming
but-
back here.
You could. You any good with destructive hacking?
Destruction is my middle name.
What's your last name?
Okay.
Well, my full name is Flot Destruction Sam.
Ah,
You see?
Oh, that's cute.
On the terminal on the desk switches to one of the camera feeds, and you notice that there is a much larger force of raiders approaching from the west towards the building.
How long will
Get
it
out of
take
here.
to get here?
About 15 minutes.
Oh boy.
okay. I'm
So me
gonna
and Flotson will
steal.
go hack stuff while you guys run to the tunnel, and then we'll meet you down there.
You know, I'm thinking,
before-
are we basically abandoning this place to them?
Oh, gods, yes.
Oh yeah.
Could maybe okay, maybe I'm just using this as an excuse to again, but should I maybe try forming a tornado that'll tear the place and maybe hit them with building shrapnel?
Not right now. Not
No,
while
I
we're
mean,
here.
right
goddess,
before we
yes.
go.
Powder. Booby trap the building.
You've still got a bunch of hostile turrets in the building.
Yeah, disable
Oh, yeah.
disable it.
One
first,
thing at
and
a
if we
time.
disable it first, and if we have time, then we'll booby trap the place.
All right.
But
Okay, to work.
For now, Powder's gonna walk up to Graham. Can you move?
I can't really feel my hind legs, so no.
okay, hang on.
All right.
I'm gonna
I'm carrying you.
wait. Can I try healing everybody real quick?
Oh, I'm fine.
It's been about 20 minutes since you got back, finished up, and finished talking. So I'm assuming everyone's back up to full.
Hey,
What about
is there-
Javolt and the Graham?
Javolt is back up to consciousness and full health as well.
Okay.
And Graham is is pretty well off, but still kind of suffering from the major wounds he sustained.
Okay, so Powder's gonna lift Graham onto his back.
Can I try to use heal one more time to help him with the use of his legs?
All right, yeah.
Is there one direction that a bulk of these forces are coming from?
From the outpost to the west, yeah.
Okay. Well, for the time being, could Tempered Steel try and create a tornado that you could send in their direction?
Dude, make it rain.
Make it rain! I'll be quiet
What?
now.
I mean, it sounds cool, but what value does that have?
Well, if you have rain clouds and when there's, storms, what generally else accompanies rain?
True, but
More rain.
are going to be random.
Rain, everything's wet, lightning bolt, boom.
But-
Yeah, because lightning is still very common here.
Yeah, lightning is
The thing
exactly-
is, you've already used the power in this area once very recently, and I don't know if the weather system in this area could support another manipulation like that without sort of devolving into chaos.
Ooh, chaos. Chaos is good. Can we have chaos? Also, I think Weaver dropped.
Oh boy.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, his
Well,
computer
he
must
was-
have given up again.
Could I at least attempt to do that?
And also, if it's going to cause a whole lot of chaos in the area, let's leave it as a last resort. At least that's my vote.
Yeah.
Firelight, you're able to kind of get Graham splinted up and whatnot, that he can at least support himself and walk not at a brisk pace, but enough to follow.
All right.
With Flotsam and Zenkarn trying to hack the terminal, 28 and 32 respectively, it's pretty darn effective. You're able to wrest back control of the system for a little bit. You can't actually do much to change the FF system, but you do have an opportunity to basically shut down the system almost permanently.
I reckon we should just do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you activate that function, and all the security systems in the spot, you hear like a robot or two remaining powered down, and all the turrets powered down.
Oh, is there time to try and check and see if there's anything valuable worth taking from the robots we beat up?
Some energy cells. That's about it. Some scrap metal.
Yoink.
So,
Yeah.
bolt to the tunnel after Powder booby traps the place.
Do we have
Mhm.
enough time for that?
You
We
should
have
have
enough
just
time.
enough time. Yeah.
Is there
Can I,
time
Can I
to...
try?
If Flotsam helps, then yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could, do something like rig one of the turrets to explode or, just general booby trapping, anyway.
Okay, but if Flotsam's doing that, then no, I wouldn't be able to try and make another tornado then.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, you can set explosives around. What's your goal in demolition? Just to bomb local hotspots, or are you actually trying to bring the building down?
On top of them.
Heh.
So wait, does that mean I may use my freaky knowledge explosives again, or no?
Yeah, you can use that.
Yes.
This very specifically
Love-
applies to
I love me some freaky
explosives and demolition.
All right.
knowledge. Hello, 30.
That's hilarious.
Wow. All right.
That's a critical success, isn't it?
No, that's
Nope.
just
No,
a
no,
10
no.
plus
10.
bonuses.
No. Oh no.
Yeah, no, I rolled a 10.
5. Oh no.
I
Okay,
just have
sorry.
crazy
No,
bonuses.
I misread that. I was okay.
Powder, what are you rolling?
Rolling for what?
Mechanics.
Booby trapping stuff.
Mechanics, yeah. Booby trap. I guess mechanics because I'm doing explosives traps. That's my skill.
Yeah.
Freaky
33.
knowledge.
And actually, sorry, 35. I keep forgetting to put the freaky knowledge in there.
Actually, that would be 37.
Always have to outdo me, don't you, Powder?
So between the two of you, you're able to arm just about every single critical load-bearing structure of the building to explode with a timer,
Yeah.
and also able to kind of conceal them in a way where it won't be obvious when they walk in.
All right.
But it uses up a lot of your remaining supplies to do this. Your C4 and fragmentation explosives and whatnot.
It's okay. I have tin cans so I can make more nail bombs.
Fair enough.
Now you said Javolt is conscious again.
Yeah, but
Okay.
his players has
But
disappeared.
playerless, so he is uncharacteristically quiet at present.
Still
Or just
recovering from the
still
concussion.
unconscious.
All right. So the raiders are very closely approaching now.
Okay, we should probably leave then.
Yeah, probably.
No, let's stay in the booby trap building with the tank bombs. What could possibly go wrong?
All right, you
Tactical retreat!
helping Javolt and Graham along. You head
Advance
downstairs.
in reverse.
You head downstairs into the East Wing to the Re-Education Center and find the trapdoor that Javolt thankfully uncovered well in advance.
All right.
Yes, that was good forward thinking on his part. Would have been a pain
Well,
to...
being useful again.
All
The
Imagine
only
trying
thing
to
is,
search
he's just
for
crazy.
secrets.
Crazy but useful.
All right, and you're able to open it up, and you find some downward steps leading into this kind of very dimly lit tunnel that seems to stretch to the north for a while.
All right.
But it's just a tunnel, no like rooms or anything like that.
No, it doesn't. It's an escape route, not a bunker.
Okay. All right.
Are there any lights?
Yeah, there's some lights. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna have any way of telling when the bombs go off?
Oh, I imagine you'll have a way of telling.
Boom!
So you all head inside.
Yeah. Probably should.
All right.
Who
So
wants to go first? Oh, I have dark vision and Firelight has, fire, so...
Aurelia can also see in there, and you notice that her eyes kind of glow a little bit in the dark.
Wait, I thought you said there were lights.
Yeah, there are lights, but it's very dim.
Oh, well, I can just use Celestia's light.
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You head inside to the tunnel and close the trapdoor behind you, and you travel a little ways.
Wait. Is there anything we can do? No, there's not really much we can do to make... Can we try to block the trapdoor with anything?
Well, I can arcane lock it.
I guess that'll help.
Yeah. You want to
Can
use
we...
arc-
Yeah.
All right.
How long will that take?
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Oh, well then.
Too long, there's no time!
Could I maybe use some of the last of my leftover just stuff to leave some timed explosives to blow down the tunnel as we're leaving?
That might be risky. You might end up collapsing the entire structure.
What if I
think
used
we're
my
good.
C4, where I could just send a signal when we're ready to tumble it down?
Yeah, perhaps.
I think-
it's also worth considering that by bringing down the building around it, you might block the trapdoor anyway.
Yeah.
We'll probably be okay.
All right.
We can have tempered steel take up the rear so that if anything does get in behind, you'll have a big walking meat shield to protect you.
All right.
I'm okay
So let's
with
see
that.
where this tunnel goes. Hopefully somewhere good.
All right. You head into the tunnel, and you just advance forward for a few minutes in silence, and then after a few minutes pass, you hear this muffled boom, and the ground around you shakes a little bit. The little light bulbs in the ceiling kind of flicker, and you hear some You hear some screaming on the surface.
Nice.
Flotsam sighs and is like, oh, that sounded like a good one.
I would like to see them burn. I want
I
to see
think
them
all of
all
us wanted to
burn.
see that one.
Calm down there, Powder Keg.
Powder, as someone who is obsessed with what explosives can do to ponies, I think you might have a little bit of a problem.
Maybe just a little.
And I will continue to have a problem as long as he is alive.
Well,
Well-
I imagine that we'll be able to help you rectify that situation with time.
Is he really called the executive?
That's what he calls himself. Howdy,
Kind of a
son
weird
of a
name.
bitch.
That.
Kind of full of himself, ain't he?
Very.
So what type of pony? What type of pony is he? Unicorn, Pegasus, probably a unicorn if he's that up himself. But
He is.
Hey.
He only means that about evil unicorns.
I
yes,
find that slightly insulting.
just leave that one sitting around.
All right.
So, what are the...
And as they walk down the tunnel, Powder puts a couple marks on his thing for things he killed on his gun.
I
So-
thought that was just for raiders you killed.
It's for everything that I consider bad. The zombies were
Ah.
technically raiders.
Guess
So,
so.
what are the odds that Mr. E is running the Four Horses gang?
If he's not running them, he's at least got to deal with their leaders.
Graham speaks up at that point and says, I did hear a while ago that the Four Horses gang had found someone to teach them more advanced magic.
Well, there you
Yes,
go.
That's about right.
Oh god.
You have any idea what he's even doing out here?
He wants Graham. And probably a lot more than that he's not saying. But he wants things.
Money, power.
I do represent a significant amount of scientific knowledge that, if it falls into the wrong hooves,
Hey,
Sounds like it's already in the wrong hooves.
yeah.
Ooh. Graham. Question: what
Yes.
happens if you leave Nidhogg's territory?
I will probably fall over dead.
Oh, so anyone know where this tunnel comes out?
Are we going north?
We seem to be heading north, so I don't think we're heading out of the territory yet.
What are the
Hmm.
odds? What are the odds we emerge underneath the Tiamat headquarters?
I doubt the tunnel's that long, but it'd be horribly ironic.
Out
of
of the
course-
fire, out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Well, I'd be fine.
You after a while you finally emerge. You finally find the other end of the tunnel, stairs leading up to another trap door.
Okay, so who's gonna check?
Who's got the highest stealth? Who's the stealthiest?
Powder.
As you
I
feel around the trapdoor, it's actually not made of wood like the other one. It's actually made out of stone. It's a huge, heavy slab.
Oh, then
Alright.
Powder Cake. Tempered Steel should probably do the lifting.
Come
Powder
on,
Cake's gonna roll
Nidhogg's
it.
lair.
What?
I would love it if it were Nidhogg's lair that we just walked
Wait.
into.
Do you guys want me to dream stride?
That sounds like a good idea, actually.
Actually, probably not a bad idea here.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Finally have a use for dream stride
Yay!
All right.
or soul scouting.
Okay.
Okay.
So you use Dream Side. You fall unconscious, and a sort of mental projection of yourself kind of appears in the plane, and you're able to move around and phase through things at will.
Cool. So I phased through the trapdoor, I guess.
And you phase through this giant stone slab, and you exit out into this open-air cemetery that's situated behind the Church of Tiamat.
Oh, so we're in the
Move on.
scorched. We're underneath the scorched boneyard.
And to a little ways to the northwest, you can see a dragonstone.
Oh wait,
Wow.
no, we're not. We're
Cool.
we're
We're
just
in-
the Church of
In the
Tiamat.
scorched.
Are we in the Scorched Boneyard, or are we next to the Church
You're
of Tiamat?
next to the Church of Tiamat.
Yeah, I made
Oh,
the
good.
assumption.
Okay.
Well,
Um.
this could be a problem.
You don't seem to see any cultists around, although they might be more in the building or in front of it.
Hold on.
But you're behind the building.
We couldn't really see the Church of Tiamat from the Ministry of Intelligence office, could we?
You could kind of in the distance, yeah.
Then the Scorched Boneyard, according to the map, is situated about just as far from the Tiamat Church, so we're a
No,
pretty good distance.
No, I made
No.
I made the assumption we were in the Scorched Boneyard, and I said that. I was wrong.
Okay.
No, that's my
Well,
fault.
I mean, it was a long distance off, but you could kind of see it.
All
Alright, I'm
Church,
gonna
that is.
wander towards the church.
All right. In
And-
your ethereal form, you walk towards the back of the church. You see
Okay.
the ornate dragon head statues that line the top and the sides of the church.
Alright. We'll wander in the back. Wander into the building. Wherever. Doesn't really matter. Closest wall.
All right, you pass through some back offices and then enter out into this massive, the mass hall, where there seem to be a few. Doesn't seem to be any actual robed cultists, just some regular wastelander-looking ponies.
I don't get access to any of my...
No other combat.
Oh, no, I
talents,
don't get access to any
or
of my
utility
utility.
talents, yeah. It's just
I'm
face
sorry,
step and
I'm
haste.
sorry, Codeman. I was gonna use that away to see if I could find you that printing press.
Ah,
Oh.
well, I'll find it eventually.
I guess what we really need to do is
Actually-
get as far away from Church of Tiamat as we can.
As long as we're under here, maybe we could have Zenkarn try and do his thing to communicate with Nidhogg via Graham.
in an underground passage.
Sounds like a good idea.
Sorry, Spud, you were gonna say something, or?
No, that's it.
Okay. Alright, I don't think I need to do this for the next hour, so I'll just end the effect.
All right.
Wake back up.
Zenkarn
And-
wakes back up in the dark passage.
Oh god, ow, it hurts. No. Okay, so I've got good news and bad news. The good news is there is no one outside. The bad news is the Church of Tiamat is, the backyard of the Church of Tiamat is kind of where we're going to be exiting out of.
Yeah, the stone slab above you is actually is kind of camouflaged with one of the graves.
Well, ain't that peachy keen?
Okay, I
May
have a
now.
question.
Yes.
What are the odds? Well, how long do you think it would take for the executive to contact the church to tell them what we did?
Well, he would have to. You would think. You'd guess is that he would have to go by courier or by some kind of shortwave radio system.
Okay.
Which
So
we
it could be
pretty
anything
sure
from
he has. The second one.
Yeah. So probably not that much time at all.
Right.
A couple of hours to about half an hour. Joy.
Okay,
course.
I guess
Yeah,
the
what-
second thing is,
Yeah.
okay, what did they ask us to bring of the,
Did they just want his head?
Yeah,
Yep.
they wanted his head.
oh,
He's an undead creature. I'm pretty sure we can cut that off and still keep him alive.
Graham looks very alarmed at that.
What?
Did you say that in character or out of character?
In character.
Graham looks very alarmed at that.
I'm not.
I don't think that's a good idea. How about we try that one thing you mentioned earlier about trying to talk to Nidhogg?
Yeah, this is probably as good a place as any.
Okay. I mean, I can try, but again, soul magic on this sort of level is notoriously difficult, so I'm gonna probably need a little bit of a boost.
What you talking?
Just anything I eat, ignore it.
what? Oh,
Oh
you're
dear.
gonna pop some pills, huh?
And yeah, I pop one of my Mintols.
Which
As your-
Menthol?
Just the normal.
Normal Menthol. Okay.
Roll for addiction.
As your doctor, I highly I don't advise this action.
All right.
As your doctor,
You get a +4 to your knowledge.
release
Plus
your
4?
medic.
+4.
All right. Well, I'll just chuck that on. Okay, so how am I playing this? All right. So yeah, I'll try and I guess soul resonate for lack of a better term to contact Nidhogg.
All right.
Please don't nat one. Please don't nat one. 26, and I'm going to chuck a magic point onto that.
So 36 then. So basically, using your necromancy to
Backtrace the signal of the magic to try and communicate with the one responsible.
Why did I roll a 4? Come on, I even used drugs on this, people. I feel slighted.
Remember, kids,
Graham
drugs don't
does-
always pay.
Graham does his best to remain still while you do this. Before you start, he expresses some concern about this, but says, since you did save my life, so I guess I owe you this much.
I
Technically, we
promise
saved
it's not
your
going to be
undeath.
painful.
Yeah, you saved my unlife, whatever it means. All right.
Don't worry.
He starts to shake a bit as you use his soul as a beacon to reach out across the maw and detect any other sort of soul magic in the area. And it's very difficult to get to read, but you feel a sort of strong resonance to the northwest. Not so much like a presence, but more like a conduit.
The
And
Dragonstone.
You think that if he was closer to that conduit, you'd be able to find out what's on the other. You'd be able to reach the other end of the connection very easily.
So in other words, we want to sneak him to the Dragonstone.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Okay.
So we're going to sneak. We might want to have the party wait until night when it's dark and use that.
Yes.
Use that as
Cover
cover.
of night.
All right.
Makes sense. So we're just going to nap in the tunnel.
Then I think that's where we're gonna end it for tonight. Then
No.
Sounds like a good idea.
we will wait for cover of darkness, take an extended rest, and we will continue this next time.
Alright.
Ooh, did I get addicted? Or will I not know until later?
You are not addicted to menthols today. Pretty narrowly, but you are not.
I'm pretty sure that's a sign I need to pop more pills.
Obviously.
Cycles and hydrants and-
All right.
Oh god, I love that song.
So,
What song?
Jawa, Lapis, you want to do your ending thing?
This has been Fallout is Dragons.
Join us next week when we backtrack soul signals to find a dragon and possibly not die. Who knows?